All right. Hey, Terps fans. Thank you guys for tuning in to our pregame report, trying something new today. So thank you guys for being here to test out our first pregame report. I'm Bailey Unchester, here with Andy Parr. And, we got some stuff to talk about this game tonight, game last night, and what we did in between to prepare. So just to start, if you guys watched last night or you didn't, we picked up a loss against Virginia Tech last night, score of 6-1. But honestly, despite that score, that wasn't very telling of how Maryland played as a whole. I think even though Virginia Tech is such a good team, and we knew that coming into it, that did not stop Maryland from being optimistic during this game. I think they played decent defense, especially in that first and second period. And, not many shots offensively. We only got that one goal last night by Jack Fabiani. But we still had a couple chances at the net that I think that they could have capitalized on. So I think that we are going into tonight with some good wins from last night, despite the score. Andy, did you see anything particular in that game last night?
Yeah, especially during the second period. The Terps did a really good job of suppressing shots. The first period, Patty Adams saved their bacon more than a few times.
Absolutely.
But in that second period, they made some good defensive adjustments. They were doing a lot of shot blocking. Really, the biggest key in this one is something that Coach Leskovich echoed super heavily before game one. This Hokies power play is lethal, so if you want to beat them, you've got to stay disciplined, stay out of that penalty box. Last night, the Terps gave up 6 man advantages to the Hokies. When you're giving up that many, it's tough to win games.
Yeah, the Terps found themselves down last night with a 3-on-5, which ended up resulting in a goal. And even Virginia Tech on the opposite side of the power play managed to capitalize a shorthanded goal off of Maryland. So, we just have to watch out when both our team and Virginia Tech isn't at full strength. We have to know how to really play to that and adjust. We usually have been doing good for power plays with the first half of the season, but of course, Caleb Craven's still out in such a key part to the Terps' unique power play situation. So it's been hard for them to score off of that ever since, but maybe they've been adjusting and hopefully they can get back to that strength that they had before with Craven in the lineup.
And the other thing is simply the Terps need to put more pucks in the net. Each of the last 3 games, they've only scored 1 goal. And tonight, it's not going to get any easier. So They are facing Tucker Forrest, somebody who I faced a few times in high school, a Northern Virginia kid. So far this season, he is 3-0 for Virginia Tech with a .978 save percentage and a 0.67 goals against average. For being a backup goalie, how do you even stop that?
Insane. Patty Adams, as great as he is, it's going to be really hard to match up against that. Patty is in goal again tonight. He is the only goalie we took on this trip with Ian Hutchinson, I believe, back home with a slight injury. I think at this point I'm the backup goalie for this game tonight, so let's hope that it doesn't have to come to that because that could get really ugly.
Hey, Patty approved. He said if you've played catcher in softball, it's not that different. So
yes.
If he gets a little bit too tired, get ready to put on those pads, Bailey.
I'm ready. Don't worry. I've been born for this moment. So we'll see how Patty does. Just been having such a great season so far. Really is carrying that Terrapin defense. His save percentage is absolutely not a good show of how he has been performing so far. And let's hope that we can get some defense to back him up and maybe raise him up a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely. If they play solid defense, Maryland should be fine. Patty Adams, he's capable of making those big saves to keep you in games. But last night, Maryland gave up 51 shots on goal. Giving up that many, your goalies are going to get tired and pucks are going to slip in. That's just how things happen.
Right.
And Maryland was really in that game until they gave up that 4th goal in the 3rd period. And then the team looked a little bit more deflated on the ice. Just that clock kept on ticking down. The score kept on getting more and more out of reach. For being a 6-1 final, it felt a lot closer for the majority of that game. But the morale is high going into today.
Oh, it is very high. The Terps and the media team, we had a very good time in between last game and this game, just trying to get some team bonding in to sort of raise our spirits a little bit. We started off today with a nice Italian lunch. That was fun. And I think the main highlight of today was the hike that our very own President James Body planned out for us. Nobody really knew that this was on the itinerary.
Well, no, there's one person who didn't know it was on the itinerary. Kyle Abosh was in our lovely hiking group. It was the two of us, him, Anna Dalbora, and Abraham Peruzman. We were all going out on that trail. And Kyle Abosh decided to only bring Birkenstocks as his lone pair of shoes for this trip. So
And being stuck behind him during that hike, I had to really watch where I was stepping to. So we made it. We made it to the top. Got some great views in Roanoke, Virginia. Lovely this time of year. And, as interesting as the hike was, as tiring as it may have been, I think that we all as a team had a really good time participating in it. I think it was good for our morale. Even though we were a bit sweaty coming out of it, I think that it was still a good time and hopefully a memory that these Terps can carry on and just remember how close they are as a team and hopefully translate that onto the ice.
Yeah, and I know this is your first road trip with the team. I know last week against Penn State when we were just walking around the campus, going to like the football stadium, going to the women's hockey game beforehand, getting to be able to talk to the players and really know the guys who I'm talking about on the ice. That helped me a lot for better understanding what's going on down there. I hope that did the same for you today.
Oh, absolutely. They are great guys. I'm really happy to be working with them, and it's good to get to know them a lot better this weekend. Even at the rink today, they have a little tradition that they do before each game. They play a game called Sue, where if you don't know at home, because I didn't know before this, it's sort of like a soccer keep-it-up situation where the players all stand in a circle. You get a soccer ball, and you have to try and keep it up, and if you are the one who hits it out or if you miss a shot, you get out, and it just narrows down their circle as it goes. And so they play that before every game, just sort of to get their confidence up and stuff, maybe come up with a good winner. Not today, because I actually managed to pull off that win. So I've just learned this game today and managed to upset. It was me and Keenan Waters, I believe, in the final two.
Sure was.
Looks like he has a soccer background, if
yeah,
I'm correct.
Keenan, I played a few games of sewer with these guys so far, and Keenan's always one of the top 4, top 5 guys. So knocking him out in your first round of games, that's an impressive win right there, Bailey.
I felt bad, but, I do like to take a win where I can, so hopefully they're not too upset about it. But on top of all that, it is a very special day for one of our very own Terps Media Team's members. Right here, it's Andy Parr's birthday. Andy, happy birthday. Thanks for coming out on your birthday. Hope you've had a good day today.
Oh, yeah, it started at midnight,
Yeah, we did. We had cake right as the clock turned, and he's just been celebrating for this entire day. I hope that it has been worth your time coming with us to Virginia for this trip. But I just wanted to wish you, from the Terps hockey team, a very happy birthday, happy 20th. Hope your 20s are as magical as you are.
Oh, thanks, Bailey. Yeah, started the party at midnight. We had the whole team crash into you and Anna's room at the hotel, had some cake, watched American Sniper. It was a fun time.
Yeah, except for the Yankees losing, but that's my personal
Agree
opinion.
to disagree on that one.
Yes. Sorry, guys at home.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah, so hopefully we can, close off this game tonight with a win and keep Andy's birthday going good, keep the team morale high, and just head back into College Park with the spirits high. So my name is Bailey Unchester, here with Andy Parr. Thank you for tuning in to our first pregame report, and we will see you once the first period begins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lance Arena home in your Virginia Tech Hokies. This evening, we are honored to have Mike Wade, the Commissioner and CEO of the ACC here to celebrate Stephen Murphy's induction into the ACC Hall of Fame class of 2024. Please join me in welcoming Mike, Stephen, and his family to the ice for our ceremony. Stephen, a 4-year standout for the Hokies and ACC All-American and assistant captain for the 2019 ACC All-Star team, has become the 4th player in the program's history to be inducted into the ACC Hall of Fame, joining Henry Peterson, Jimmy Bolt, and John Allen, as well as former coach Mike Slatter. From 2016 through 2020, Stephen excelled as one of the Hokies' best two-way players, always sounding his own end of the ice and an offensive spark for the Hokies, including special teams where he was a regular on the top power play and penalty kill units. Stephen finished his career right near the top in all offensive categories, including a team record 5 career hat tricks, 4 of which occurred in the 2017-18 season, the same season he centered the top line, which amassed a total of 139 points, also a team record. Stephen is joined tonight by his wife Caitlin and their son who is due in December, his sister Caroline, and his parents, current BG hockey GM Bill Murphy and his wife Chrissy. Please join us in congratulating Stephen Murphy on his 2024. At this time, we would like to ask for Virginia Tech captain Gavin Benucci and Maryland captain Daniel Tomaszewski to join Stephen at center ice for a ceremonial puck dropping. At this time, we have both teams to join us on their respective goal lines for the introduction of our starting line. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, it's our pleasure to introduce our light on the line, Lucas Reed. Lucas is the second year white. He is 164 Now we're starting on the first for our visitors from Maryland. At forward, number 17, Magnus Arnold. At forward, number 5, Tucker Healy. At forward, number 13, Trevor Gray. On defense, number 6, Daniel Konechensky. On defense, number 15, James Body. In goal, number 30, Matt Adams. And now, the starting lineup for New York, Virginia Tech, Hokies. At forward, number 3, Ethan Starr. At forward, number 12, Kevin Pregame. At forward, number 21, Nick Costa. Number 4, Trevor Delmore. On defense, number 7, James Taking goal for your Hokies, number 33, Tucker Ford. Coming up this time, we exit this new variety of goal. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the play of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Maryland Hockey Network. It is time for Terps and Hokies. We are getting set to go here from the Lancerlot Sports Complex. And just before we got started, there was a little ceremony, an induction of a former Virginia Tech hockey player into the ACC Hall of Fame. So huge congratulations to them and his family. A really cool ceremony. Commissioner Mike Wally is here to give out that plaque. But we are on to bigger and better things. It's time to play hockey. I am once again joined by Andy Parr, Bailey Unchester. Andy, it's your birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Andrew. There wouldn't be anything better than a Terps win tonight, though. Had a good party all day long, but a little bit of Terps hockey is the nice icing on the cake to end the day.
Yeah, it's time to finish it off.
Let's end this 10-game winning streak that Virginia Tech's on right now.
Right, so 10 games in a row. Virginia Tech has won, including the last night's win against Maryland. 6-1 was the final. But Andy, we talked about yesterday and all day today. It really felt that Maryland was in that game for, what would you say, 2.5 periods?
I would say about 2.5 periods. It was really when they gave up that fourth goal in the third period, the team realized this one might be a little bit out of reach, and they seemed a little deflated on the ice. So they just need to play their very strong game, relying on blocking shots and opportunistic offense against this Hokies team, and they've got a real shot to pull off the upset tonight.
And the Terps are going to have to shut down this top line for Virginia Tech. Garlock, Kazai, and Paduzzi, they combined for multiple goals yesterday. And we will see what the Terps can do here tonight as we get going from the Lancerlot Sports Complex. in Roanoke, Virginia. This one is played in deep. That is Kellogg swinging it near side. Played across the ice. Legis now. Peduzzi will throw it rink wide. That hits the boards, and this will be a quick and early icing against Virginia Tech.
Terps have got to take advantage of this offensive zone draw early. Virginia Tech does not make those kinds of passing mistakes in neutral ice often. When they commit them and give you those free offensive zone draws, you need to win the face-off and set up your plays. Early opportunity here for Maryland that they've got to capitalize on.
And the Terps need to be ready to go here as soon as this puck is dropped. If Virginia Tech is giving them any opportunity early, they have to take it. This one is played through center, goes over the stick of Daniel Tomaszewski. James body back for it. He'll swing it around the wall. Kellogg keeps. Now Peduzzi behind the net. They battle near side. This is Matthew Tulo. Battling with two Terps. Out of it comes Hearn. A backhand shot is blocked. Rebound! And Patty Adams makes the save behind his back.
Patty Adams sticking the glove behind his back right there. Caught a chunk of it with his arm on blocker side and then used his glove to secure it right after the shot block from Daniel Tomaszewski. Early test for Patty Adams. This is his third straight start in net for the Terps. Has not had a lot of rest recently, but you and I talk to Patty a lot, and I don't think he cares too much about getting all this playing time.
Absolutely not. But another huge key for the Terps. They have only scored 3 goals over the course of their last 3 games. So putting the puck in the back of the net is going to be key tonight if they want to take down this dangerous Hokies team.
And if you don't include the 2-1 shootout win, where the 2 is those shootout goals, that is 4 straight games where the Terps have only had 1 goal in regulation. They need the offense to start humming the way it was early on in the season again.
Back for it, Alex Sandell. Sandell will play it. Jack Hudrin now will swing this rink wide. Travis Duchesne off the wall. Battle at center for possession. Chase Wilson dumps it in. About a minute and a half into this one. Dean Hearn back on it. It swung to the point. Teske fakes a shot. He'll go down low. This is Duchesne. Bounces up in the air, and now Dean Hearn will play it. Back out to center, Brian Teske. He'll move it up towards Travis Duchesne. Did he get a piece of it? No, he didn't, so that was icing.
Yeah, Travis knew it right away. Immediately go into the defensive zone right there. Knew the icing call was coming. Terps can't get away with a change right there. But speaking of, something we forgot to mention yesterday, Travis Duchesne, newly engaged man. Congratulations to him and his fiancée.
His fiancée, Meg. Huge congratulations to Travis and Meg. Awesome news. Always love to see that. And everyone is so excited for him. Such a good guy, and so cool to see him get engaged.
And for those of you at home wondering, Travis is a graduate student and of good age.
No worries. No worries there. Just over 2 minutes into this one, we get another icing call, so this line will have to stay on for the Terps. And some lineup changes for Maryland as we see Blake Warner slotting in on that first line at left wing with Chase Wilson and Travis Duchesne. And then we have Keenan Waters, Luke Mohan, Michael Schreiman, that second line. Tucker Healy, Trevor Drake, and Patrick Harnan is the third unit. Abraham Peruzmond, Andrew McMenamin, and Ilham Abdullayev is the fourth line.
I think moving Keenan Waters down to that second line is trying to spark some of that offense for Mohan and Schreiman. They had a lot of good offensive zone possession last night, but just could not get those shots in on goal. Getting somebody like Keenan Waters in there, he's somebody who's always had a nose for the net, so getting him on that wing should hopefully create more shot opportunities for that second line.
And we saw it earlier in the year. Keenan Waters started the year on that first line, and then Coach Carter moved him down to the third line for that same reason, trying to spark the offense on that third line. And now look at it. That third line is actually the first line now. So yeah. Keenan Waters, a very valuable piece to this Terps team.
Yeah, Keenan Waters, it just seems like wherever he goes, success follows. Whenever the Terps need a spark, just throw him on that line. The rest of the team remains unchanged. Doesn't matter. Keenan Waters finds a way to get the best out of everybody.
This is played near side. On it was Ethan Kamen. Kamen entering the lineup tonight. And this is a delayed offside. So they're going to, yeah, intentional. So they're going to send this the length of the ice.
It's essentially treated as an icing here, Andrew, because that was sufficient time for the Hokies to check back up, and they still played the puck in the offensive zone anyways.
So this faceoff goes all the way down, and it's this second unit for the Terps. Mohan centering Waters and Schreiman. It's Eamon and Fabiani on defense. They stick together.
Yeah, the only change on the blue line, Henry Scriven, your extra skater today, and Andre Sarah scratched on the back end.
That shot came from Jack Fabiani. He scored yesterday from about that exact spot. He put it low glove on Ian Key. That was the only goal for the Terps yesterday.
Beautiful seeing eye shot from Fabiani last night. Just perfect placement, low glove side on Ian Key. But unfortunately for the Terps, aside from that, Ian Key was on all night long for VT.
And it's not going to be much different here tonight. Tucker Forrest entering the lineup for Virginia Tech. We mentioned his stats in the pregame show. Through 3 games, he has 3 wins, a .978 save percentage, and a .67 goals against average.
That's pretty good, Andrew.
That's pretty good. And if you're not super familiar with, hockey stat terms, save percentage is pretty self-explanatory. What percentage of the shots are you making a save on? So Tucker Forrest making around 98% of the saves and giving up less than 1 goal per game.
For 60 minutes of ice time, under a goal. I mean, he's just crazy so far this season for the Hokies.
Unbelievable stuff from Tucker Forrest. So we'll see what the Terps have for him tonight. Paduzzi, a shot blocked. Rebound, the backhand is put on and swept away from Patrick Adams.
Good job by Patty Adams there. Could not get his glove over it, so he uses the stick to poke check it out of harm's way and prevent that juicy rebound opportunity for the Hokies.
Paduzzi with Tomaszewski on him. It's the 2 captains. They still battle for it. Garlock moves in. Paduzzi will swing it low. Cam Kazai behind the net. Dangling around McMenamin. Right to the front. Paduzzi, a backhand shot. Big stop by Adams.
Patty Adams making a big save right there on the one-timer in the slot. And now Terps have to rush the other way.
That's Ilham Abdullayev on the shot. Stopped by Forrest. And this will be taken out of the zone by the Hokies. McAfee now to Garlock. Garlock trying to find McAfee. It's poked away. Paduzzi to the point. Kazai will play it low. Teskey takes it away from Garlock, but it's kept in at the line. Paduzzi, a shot. That whistles wide. And Blake Warner is going to chip this one out to center.
Get just enough of it for the Terps to be able to finish up this line change.
Thrown back in by Dean Hearn, and it's Brian Teskey for Maryland. Maryland wearing their red uniforms tonight.
These ones are my favorite ones that they wear.
I
Apparently,
love
I'm in the minority on that opinion.
Really?
Yeah, Anna was not a big fan of them.
Interesting.
When we were talking about
I love these. I love these.
Or I shouldn't say not a big fan. She likes the black ones a lot more.
Fair. Tucker Healy trying to chip that one around Tulo. It doesn't work. Here comes Tulo. Tulo on his backhand looking for Stewart. It's taken away by the Terps. Tulo a shot. That whistles over the crossbar. Austin Hearn. Facing pressure from Healy and Teskey. Hearn walks out with it. Tulo a shot. He scores. Matthew Tulo standing all alone in the slot. He's not going to miss from there. Beats Patty Adams' blocker side. Hokies go up 1-0.
Tulo ripping the one-timer low blocker on Patty Adams right there. Him and Austin Hearn with really good passing on that sequence. A lot of just offensive zone time for the Hokies early in this one. And that was, I believe, their 3rd one-time opportunity in the slot. Patty Adams had the answer on the first 2, but you cannot be giving up that many golden opportunities to such a potent offense. 1-0 Hokies early in this one.
It's what we've said for so long, just trying to limit those defensive breakdowns. And again, Matthew Tulo just finding himself all alone, no Terp in sight. And Tulo, with that much room right in the slot, it's going to be tough for him to miss.
Yeah, Virginia Tech was so good last night at finding those soft spots, those gaps in the Terps defense. And seems like they haven't changed that game plan at all going into today.
So we'll see what response the Terps have. Amon will put this towards the net, and Forrest swallows that one up, no rebound.
Well, Sean Amon certainly didn't seem worried about that goal, ripping that slap shot from the top of the blue line. Terps will set up for an offensive zone draw here with that second line, revamped second line.
13:45 on the clock as we get going again. This is Lunder. He'll throw it out to center. Barrett Lunder also entering the lineup for Virginia Tech tonight. He did not play last night. Luke Mohan at center. He goes down and draws a penalty.
Great job by number 12 in red right there, drawing a penalty. This is going to be a hook on the Hokies. I believe that'll be number 23, Chris Kuby, going off for Virginia Tech.
We saw Kuby in the box last night, and he thinks Luke Mohan tried to sell it, but it worked.
Yeah, if he tried to sell it, he did a good job.
He did a good job.
Chris Kuby getting a little bit too physical right there, throwing his stick to try to disrupt the play of Luke Mohan, gets caught for the hook. Terps have a power play opportunity early in this one. Despite not scoring a power play goal yesterday, the Maryland power play, especially that first unit, got a lot of good passing and good setups. We'll see if they can do the same here tonight.
And this Hokies penalty kill, they have not given up more than one power play goal in any game so far this season. So they are locked down on this penalty kill as this one is flipped in on Forrest. He'll cover.
Not sure if I like that decision from Forrest because you're giving the Terps another chance with the offensive zone draw right there. When you've got two defensemen waiting back for you in that situation, as a goalie, you usually want to drop it, play it back, and let them clear it again. Now you're giving Maryland another opportunity to set up.
And occasionally when you're struggling with zone entries, that can be a good play. Just throw it in on the goalie, hopes he covers it, and then you get an offensive zone draw. That's exactly what Brian Teskey did. We'll see what the Terps can do here. Trevor Drake through center. Drake moves into the offensive zone. He's going to stop up. Looking for Harnan. It's swept all the way down the ice. Adams will stop it and move it. Gives it right to Cam Kazai. Look out. Turnover right in front. Paduzzi whiffed on the backhand.
Brian Teskey helping out his goalie right there. Turnover by Patrick Adams behind his own net, but the big defenseman, number 18, Brian Teskey, going back to recover and prevent that shot from getting too dangerous.
Tomaszewski, a drag shot. It was blocked by Legis. It bounces up in the air, and it's Paduzzi on it behind the end line. On his backhand, he clears.
Patty Adams will not play this one.
Decided against it this time. This is Alex Sandell. The rangy defenseman. He'll move it for Ilham Abdullayev. Abdullayev enters the zone. He'll go behind the net. Abdullayev still on it. Looking for options. He'll drop it. This is Healy. Healy walking towards the net, sticked away by Dean Hearn. They battle in the near corner. It squirts out, and that is Tulo on the clear.
That one goes on goal. Patty Adams will send it back for Keenan Waters with 10 seconds to go in this power play.
Waters leaves it for Michael Schreibman. Schreibman's going to gain some speed. Michael Schreibman down the right side. Jersey flapping in the wind. To the point, Sandell. He's going to shoot it. He scores! Alex Sandell, and we're tied.
Alex Sandell just ripping a wrister from the point, going high glove on Tucker Forrest. That one didn't have as much power as it looked, but boy, did that thing just knuckle over the glove. Forrest was not ready for that one. Keenan Waters in front, providing a bit of a screen. Maybe took away a little bit of Tucker Forrest's vision, but wow, Alex Sandell, just as the Virginia Tech power play expires with a little knuckle puck, and we're tied up at 1.
Sandell's first of the year ties this game at 1. A huge moment for the Terps. And a big save there by Patty Adams on the shot that time from Kubi.
Great job by Patty Adams right there, keeping that momentum on Maryland's side. Last thing you want to do after scoring such a big goal is give it right back up.
And if you remember, Alex Sandell was a healthy scratch not too long ago. However, over the past couple of weekends, he has really, really proved himself. He's looked great last night, last weekend, and now tonight with the goal.
Yeah, last night he dressed as the extra skater for Maryland, and as that game went on, Coach Leskovich gave him more and more minutes, especially in the second and third period because of how well he performed. Tonight he's in Maryland's top 4 defensemen, and he gets a goal right there. Good decision, and a snappy save from Patty Adams right there.
It looked like
snagging that one out of the air.
It looked like that puck got stuck in the webbing of his glove. He's checking it out right now.
Yep.
A hard shot that time from Dom Fantozzi.
Yep, Patty Adams checks his glove out. Everything seems to be good as he sets up for this defensive zone draw.
Draw is won back by the Terps. Cameron behind the net can't handle. Now Jack Hudrin. His backhand won't get out. And now it does get out of the blue line, and that will be offside. They don't blow the whistle. I don't know what more to say there. That was offside, but we keep playing.
Yeah, I was jumping up and down right there. That clearly left the zone, but it looks like there won't be too much damage done, fortunately, for the Terps.
That's why I was laughing. I just saw you jumping up and down. Oh, that was good.
Wow, second straight weekend where we're right on the blue line and can see something a little bit better than
Interesting. All right, we keep going. Just about halfway through this first period. Score is tied 1-1. This one's moved out to center and played into the Terps' defensive zone, but the Terps have control now. Teskey off a stick, almost turned over. Travis Duchesne trying to move it forward. James Body now is just going to throw it off the wall, not too far in front of him, and dumped in by Virginia Tech.
Really good momentum shift here by the Terps. Since that Sandell goal, they've played a good, suffocating defense, not letting the Hokies get too many shots on. Aside from that one right off the faceoff where Patty Adams had him covered.
Here come the Terps. Backhand pass from Trevor Drake. Patrick Harnett had fallen down. And this will be moved out by the Hokies. Too far for Gavin Peduzzi, so it's Alex Sandell. Saucer pass to Healy, and now Harnett. Patrick Harnett moves and shoots, and a blocker stop by Forrest.
Forrest had to be ready for that one. Harnan with a sneaky shot on the right circle. Forrest barely gets that blocker down in time. Nice shot for number 17.
That one tipped towards the net by Harnan. Whipped around near side. Cam Kazai looking for it. Harnan keeps it. It bounces over his stick and out to center. Just about 9 minutes to go in the period. Tucker Healy far side. He enters the zone. Trying to cut to the middle and does. Healy to the front. They score! Brian Teskey on the pass from Healy. Terps lead 2-1.
Great zone entry there by Tucker Healy, forcing the turnover in neutral. Gains possession, goes down low. He's got Brian Teskey all alone on the right side. A defensive lapse from the Hokies, something they did not at all last night. Terps take advantage right there. Beautiful saucer from Tucker Healy. Brian Teskey makes no mistake, slapping that one-timer into an empty cage. 2-1, first lead the Terps have had in a very long time, Andrew.
It really does feel like that. What a play by Tucker Healy. Did it all himself on the zone entry, and Brian Teskey, he's going to find where he needs to be, and he did it that time, and he is not missing from right there. Terps lead. This is Stewart in his own end. He's got Mohan all over him. It's played rink wide. Now Austin Hearn. Hearn backhand pass looking for Tulo. And the Terps trying to move it out. Schreiman will. And this will be played rink wide and tipped in by Tulo. Tulo now to Austin Hearn. Hearn trying to muscle to the middle. Legis will keep. It'll go behind Patrick Adams. Sean Amon there. Amon off the wall, sent right back towards the net. Legis trying to chip it to himself, and now it moved out to center for Maryland.
Nice shot block by Jack Fabiani right there, getting in that shooting lane. Dangerous opportunity in the slot for the Hokies, shut down by the big defenseman.
Keenan Waters moving in. He's going to put this one wide. It goes all the way around behind the net now for Chris Kuby. Kuby, this is Andrew. And now Kellogg entering the zone. Trevor Kellogg will put one low. Pad stop by Adams. Kuby in the corner, takes a hit from Body. James Body with the stick lift. He'll move it past Kuby, but this is Andrew.
Body and Kuby still going at it. We might get a little whistle here. They're both still jawing at each other right in front of Patrick Adams. And that's a big hit from James Body to the face, and that's going to draw a penalty.
And it certainly looked like Kuby
and
sold that one.
This might be a second one here as Ilham Abdullayev took Dom Fantozzi to the ice to get that whistle. This might be a 5-on-3 if the Terps got a little bit too aggressive.
So it looks like Andrew McMenamin and James Body are going just what the Terps did not need, and they will go down 2 men and a 5-on-3 power play chance for Virginia Tech.
Well, that is absolutely not what you wanted to see if you were a Terp. The last thing that they wanted to do was get into that undisciplined game again, and now they're about to go down 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes as James Body and Andrew McMenamin are in the box. Andrew McMenamin's a little bit confused because I agree with him here. I think Abdullayev should have been the one on that second penalty. He's mad that he's the one who got charged with it, but either way, it's a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes for Tech. Terps have got to take a big penalty kill right here to stay in this one.
A huge moment in this game. Can the Terps kill it off? 2 men down, a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3. Peduzzi to Legis, and he gets it back. Music still playing. Cam Kazai. Peduzzi's going to fire it. That hits Brian Teskey.
Nice shot block from Teskey right there, staying in that shooting lane on the one-timer.
Oh, what a tip. Dom Fantozzi from the side of the net. Somehow it gets through Adams, and we're tied.
That's just a beautiful deflection. There's nothing that you can do there if you're Patty Adams. Gavin Peduzzi with the tip, my apologies. That is Dom Fantozzi with the tip in tight off the shot from J.H. Lages, and just a beautiful deflection. There's a lot that you can't do when you're down 2 men. Terps were trying their best to stay in position right there, but Great job by the Hokies moving that puck, and a beautiful deflection in tight. No chance for Patty Adams. We're tied up at 2, and there's still a minute 51 remaining on the second penalty.
So James Body took the first penalty, so he leaves the box as a result of that goal, but it is still a Virginia Tech power play for the next minute and 50 seconds.
Andrew McMenamin still sitting in disbelief in the penalty box. He's mad that he's the one sitting down in there.
A minute 47 to be exact on the power play clock. We are now tied at 2. Tomaszewski far side, he's going to sweep it all the way down. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first period.
Yeah, just a really unfortunate break for Maryland right there. You had all the momentum going your way. James Body takes a penalty in front, and then just trying to get possession of that puck, they end up taking a second roughing in the corner, so it becomes a 5-on-3, and the Hokies make no mistake on this lethal power play.
That was a disgusting tip at the side of the net by Dom
I mean,
Fantozzi. I have no idea how he made that work.
All the credit in the world to him. That was a beautiful deflection, and Patrick Adams has no chance on that one. When you're in that tight and it makes that much of a change of direction, you've just got to hope that it misses the net.
And it looked like Patrick Adams was in good position,
He
too.
was in good position for that initial shot, and just that late deflection where Fantozzi came out of nowhere to get in front of the goal. Tough break for number 30.
This one squirts away from Fantozzi and out to center. Gavin Peduzzi now, and we got a whistle. Looks like another penalty coming. And this one's going to go against Virginia Tech.
Yep, this will even it up, make it 4-on-4. They're going to get Fantozzi, the goal scorer, with an interference in neutral. He held up Tucker Healy as he was trying to make a play shorthanded to break into the offensive zone.
So Fantozzi will sit, and we will play 4-on-4 for the next 51 seconds. Am I doing that math right?
49 seconds, and then it'll be an abbreviated power play for the Terps afterwards.
Yeah. No, I can't do math. 49 seconds of 4-on-4, then the Terps will head to the power play. This one sent out to center. Sean Amon back for it. Abdullayev. Ilham Abdullayev will move out of his own zone. This is Michael Schreibman now. Schreibman, he'll shoot one, and that just goes over the net.
Forrest was throwing out the glove right there. He looked a little bit uncertain. Didn't think Schreibman was going to shoot that puck as he had Fabiani cruising to the left side. Nice shot from 22 in red.
After it is Stewart. He's got Abdullayev eyeing him down. In the near corner, it's reversed, but Stewart has it for the moment. Now Sean Amon. He'll play it back towards his own net. This is Jack Fabiani.
McMenamin's about to be out of the box. Terps are going to go to the power play right now, minute 10.
Andrew McMenamin going to race his way across the ice towards the bench, and Keenan Waters hops on. Terps are on the power play.
Start the breakout here with Jack Fabiani.
Ilham Abdullayev. He's going to reverse it. No one there, though. Sean Amon has to go back for it. Terps struggling to get it out. Abdullayev for Fabiani and Amon.
They need to break it out right here. Get Keenan Waters on that center or the left side.
Good pass by Waters. Here's Abdullayev moving in. He shoots low and a glove stop by Forrest.
Good shot there from Abdullayev going low, trying to get a rebound opportunity for Michael Schreibman, who was coming in on the right side. Nice adjustment from Tucker Forrest, getting the glove down on his pad to make sure that rebound can't get over to the flying Michael Schreibman, who would have had a golden chance to put the Terps up 3-2.
How about that touch pass from Keenan Waters putting the Terps in 2-on-1?
Absolutely. After struggling to get that zone exit, they really nailed it on that one.
Teskey shoots. That one's blocked by Kazai, and the Hokies are going to be able to move it out. But Terps regain control. Down to 22 seconds on the power play. Tomaszewski moves in. Down the right side. He'll stop. Tomaszewski waiting. To the point, Teskey. Down low, off the wall. Healy can't reach. Trevor Drake. That one might have hit the post.
Beautiful setup there. Trevor Drake in the classic bumper position, ripping a one-timer. I think Forrest got his glove on it right there.
We are at even strength. Dom Fantozzi out of the box. Terps still with it. This is Trevor Drake. He'll shoot one, and that goes over the net.
Forrest didn't see that one. He went down super early. Trevor Drake ripping it just a little bit high, but Terps have the number of this young goaltender right now. They need to take advantage while he's still off his game.
Tucker Healy hits the ice. That was not a penalty. As the Hokies will regain control and slow things down. Fantozzi will tip it in. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Tomaszewski, stretch pass to Drake, trying to tip it in. And now it's thrown back in by Legis, but that is icing.
Little surprised that that's an icing call.
I think it was. It
Yeah,
definitely was close.
It was close to the red line, but either way, Maryland will take it, get an offensive zone draw out of this one. Coach Leskovich will send out his revamped first line. Now with
It's Jack Hudrin on that line. Now that you mention it, have we seen Blake Wander tonight?
That's a very good. I feel like I've seen him out there once.
I feel like I have, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I have. We'll see. All right.
We'll figure it out.
So it's Jack Hudrin playing on this top unit.
Oh, no. Ruzi was a last-minute scratch because of some injuries sustained pregame for nature activities.
Interesting. So Abraham Peruzman not in the lineup tonight.
Jack Hudrin, the last-minute substitution there.
This one played off the end wall. Hudrin now on it to the middle for Duchesne. It gets by him, and here comes Virginia Tech. This is Kamen. He's going to shoot one off a shin pad. Sang trying to play it low. James Body gets shoved to the ice. Here is Arthur Sang. Kubi.
Body and Kubi going at it again. That's what caused the first penalty for the Terps. Those two are not fans of each other tonight.
And they are still pushing and shoving. Now Tomaszewski, he'll lift it out to center. Down to around 2 minutes to go in the period. This is Gustafson. He's going to backhand it in. Body across. Tomaszewski. Up ice, Keenan Waters trying to tip it to himself. And it goes up into the Virginia Tech bench.
Yeah, James Body and Chris Kubi already getting into it a few times. First time it resulted in a power play goal for the Hokies. Right there, both of them just getting into a little fist fight in front of Patty Adams. Something to watch for the remainder of the game to see if the tensions boil over even more than they already have.
This is Brian Rice. He'll play it through center. Was it touched by Virginia Tech player? They say yes, so no icing. Now Daniel Tomaszewski. He will move it towards the point, but not out. Andrew spinning it low. Now Mohan near the point. He can't get it out. He collides with Kubi. Mohan takes the worst of that one. Here's James Body behind his own net. Now Michael Schreiman, he's going to call his own number. He gets slashed, and
Clear
that's a penalty.
That's got to be one. Yep, the trail official signaling it. Terps are headed back to the power play. Michael Schreiman, great job selling that slash, dropping his stick to make sure the official saw the call. It's going to be Chris Kubi heading off, something I'm sure James Body will love to see.
So Kubi in the box for a second time already in this period, and an easy call for the referees. As soon as that stick hits the ice and you hear that slash, the hand goes up.
Yeah, I don't even think he got the stick. It looked like he got the hand of Schreiman. He probably just dropped it because his hand was stinging from that hard slash by Kubi.
1:25 on the game clock, and obviously 2 minutes on the power play clock.
Tucker Healy getting kicked out of the draw right there, so Trevor Drake will take this one for the Terps.
Peduzzi wins it. And they battle for possession in the far corner. Peduzzi, Healy, Legis in there, Tomaszewski. Now Patrick Harnon moves in, and it does come to Virginia Tech possession, but it's kept in by Teskey.
Nice adjustment by Brian Teskey. Saw that there was nobody on the right point, and Tech had an opportunity to use the boards to get it out. Smooth skating to keep that one in the zone.
Here is the shifty Cam Kazai. One-on-one on Teskey. Good stick from the Terps defenseman.
Brian Teskey's having a great first period here, Andrew. Already scored a goal. He's made a few great defensive plays. Solid night so far for number 18 in red.
One of the most consistent players on this Terps lineup, Brian Teskey. There's a reason he wears that A on his sweater. Here's a back pass. Healy moving in, and a stop by Forrest. He covers up the 5-hole.
Nasty dangles from Tucker Healy right there, trying to go 5-hole on Forrest. Unfortunately for him, a late adjustment, and another one for Tucker Healy right there. He's moving on the ice right now.
Tucker Healy got rocked as he shot that. This comes for Teskey. He's going to keep it in. Final 15 seconds of the period. This is played near side. Tomaszewski battling for it. The puck will go behind the Hokie net.
They got Duchesne out there to take that one-timer if they get the look.
And Rice will clear it. Final 2 seconds of the period. So that is going to do it for the first 20 minutes of play. An entertaining one, to say the least. 2 goals aside, and that is where we stand heading to the break. Make sure you stick around for Bailey Unchester's intermission report, as she will be with you very shortly. We will see you back for the second period.
All right. Hey, Terps fans. Thank you guys for sticking around for my mid-game report here in between the first and the second. We are currently tied 2-2, and it's been a pretty exciting period so far. Virginia Tech opened that scoring with a goal from Matthew Tulo, and it looked similar to sort of what we had going on last night, but the Terps were able to answer with 2 goals. First one there by Alex Sandell, sorry guys, and then that second one, Brian Teskey, and those were great goals from both of them. Teskey's especially just really danced through those defenders there in the crease and managed to put one by. Both of those goals were at full strength for both teams too. So even though the Terps found themselves a lot of penalties this period, and but the Terps were able to not hold their own actually. There we found ourselves with another 5-on-3, the second 5-on-3 in these 2 games. 2 penalties, both by Andrew McManaman and James Body, and that's where the Hokies were able to get another goal by Dom Fantozzi there, and so now we're currently tied. Terps just have to do what they've been doing all season, what their goal has been all season, and stay out of the box. We have seen it time and time again. That's how they struggle. I believe that those penalties there down in the crease from Body and McManaman could have been prevented. I just think they let the anger get the best of them a little bit, the whole team, and I think we just really have to try and control that, because when we get down men, it doesn't end well for us, and the Hokies are a very good team who's able to capitalize on that, which they have done in these past 2 games. So if Maryland can stay out of the box with the strength that they have been playing at so far this game, we're tied against a team that we failed to last night with a score of 6-1, already surpassing the amount of goals that we have scored last night. We haven't had more than 1 goal for a couple games now per night. And, it's good that we're up, not up, but have put up to so early on in this game already. And I think that if the Terps can keep adding on at the same strength, 2 in the first here, a couple more in the second, couple more in the third, it's going to be hard for Virginia Tech to match that up. Doing pretty good defensively. Besides that, Patrick Adams has been having a decent night so far. When is he not, though? So good for him. Good for that Terps defense for really trying to hold their own against, again, such a strong Virginia Tech Hokie team. They are currently on a 10-game winning streak. Terps are looking to maybe snap that tonight. And we'll just see if they can come out with the same intensity that they have in that first period to carry on through the second and the third. So thank you guys for tuning in for my mid-game report. I will see you again in between the second and the third.
Welcome back to the Maryland Hockey Network. It is time for period number 2 here from the Lancer-Lott Sports Complex in Roanoke, Virginia. Your score 2-2 after 1 period of play. And the Terps are starting this period on the power play. 34 seconds of power play time as they look to take the lead once again in this game.
Yeah, that power play very effective for the Terps in the first period. Despite not getting a goal on the power play, they had a lot of very good setups, and the Alex Sandell goal came right as that first penalty expired. So it was a quasi-power play goal, if you will.
And we mentioned this last night. The longer the Terps are able to stay in a game with a team like Virginia Tech, the more confidence they start to build and the more nervous Virginia Tech starts to get. And this is only going to prove well for Maryland. As we get going here in the second, Daniel Tomaszewski out of the corner. Now it's Patrick Harnan, this wet ice, stopping the puck right in its tracks.
Yeah, a little bit of a swimming pool out there after the Zamboni came out. Not the cleanest ice cut. Teams will have to adjust for the early parts of this period.
Patrick Adams plays that one away from Peduzzi. Peduzzi right on it. He'll play it to the point now. Kellogg will shoot. Save rebound. It's right there, and they score. Terps fail to clear. Miscommunication behind the net, and it's Ethan Garlock who buries it. 3-2 Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that was Trevor Kellogg with the initial shot from the point. Patty Adams got that one with his glove. Unfortunately for him, that wet ice maybe made the puck a little slick, slips out of his catching mitt, leaves it right in front for Ethan Garlock, and number 3 for the Hokies makes no mistake in tight. And it's 3-2 Virginia Tech, just 44 seconds into the second period.
Just these little lapses that happen for Maryland that really bite them in the back. And another one there. 3-2 Virginia Tech is the score now. We are back at even strength. Dean Hearn to Stewart and now to Austin Hearn. He enters the zone and gives to Stewart. Stewart around 1, plays it towards the net. It goes behind Patrick Adams. Stewart. Hearn to his brother Dean. And now Kevin McAfee. McAfee will shoot one wide. All the way to the point, it's Dean Hearn looking for his brother, but Travis Duchesne intercepts and plays it out to center.
Nice stick there by Duchesne. Looking at that pass, made it a little bit too obvious right there. Easy interception there, and now the Terps can start a rush the other way.
Dumped into the Virginia Tech zone. Dean Hearn, he'll swing it around. This comes all the way through everyone and back to center. Daniel Tomaszewski put it right on net. Forrest will cover for a whistle.
Tough start to the period for the Terps here, but now they got an offensive zone draw to try to get something going. Coach Leskovich will go with his second line, putting him out with his top defensive pair. And Virginia Tech responding by putting Chris Kuby on the ice. James Body's out there. We'll see how that goes.
Face-off one back by Mohan. Shot by Tomaszewski, and he wired it over the net.
That thing was a bullet off the stick of Tomaszewski. He ripped that one hard, just a little bit too high. Great shot from the captain.
Brian Rice on his backhand looking to move it out. Comes back to Rice, but poked away by Waters. Keenan Waters walking towards the front. Save with the stick by Tucker Forrest. And this is sent all the way back the other way.
Looked like Keenan Waters was trying to get a little deflection off of Virginia Tech's Barrett Lunder in tight.
This one played right towards the front. That was Andrew looking for the tip. And this comes all the way back to center. Brian Rice had 2 goals last night, as this one is tipped out over the glass and towards the Virginia Tech locker room.
On that note, Brian Rice's 2 goals looked almost identical, Andrew. Both of them from that left circle going high glove on Patty Adams. First one on the power play, second one at even strength, but identical shots. Great night that he had last night. Terps have done a good job of shutting him down so far in this one, though.
2 minutes and 15 seconds gone in the second period. As we get going, Teske over to Sandell. Sandell with the first goal for Maryland tonight. It gets through Gustafson and Blake Warner on it. Delivers the check to Gustafson. And now Gustafson has it to Veneri. Veneri's going to reverse this around for Legis. And he'll put it off the glass and out. Touched with a high stick by Ilham Abdullayev, but Virginia Tech touched up next, so no whistle. It's captained by Legis. Veneri walking towards the middle. Sticked away that time by Andrew McMenamin. And now back on the Terps. Abdullayev far side. He'll put it towards the net. It goes wide. McMenamin battling behind the net, but Legis comes out with it. And he'll move it to Cameron, but not out. Blake Warner keeps. Warner wide around Gustafson. And now it's Legas again for Virginia Tech. Veneri, he'll move it across the blue line and out. Sean Amon right at center. He takes a check and moves it right to Legas. Now Legas walking right down the middle. Legas takes a hit from Fabiani. Virginia Tech is changing behind the play. That one bounces right near the net.
Clicked off of a couple of Terps in front. Patty Adams not ready for that deflection. Luckily, it goes just wide, but could have been a very bad break for Maryland right there.
Ilham Abdullayev off the glass and high out to center. And Blake Warner steals. Here comes Warner. He'll shoot off the shoulder of Forrest. It stays in play. Blake Warner to the point. Amon, he'll throw it wide. Fabiani the first one there. To Harnett. Sean Amon shooting! And looking for the tip was Healy, but Tucker Forrest tracked it the whole way.
Tucker on Tucker right there. Healy trying to get that late tip in front of Tucker Forrest. Just misses it. Ends up being a glove save for number 33 for the Hokies. But what a shift from Blake Warner, forcing that turnover in neutral, ripping that shot from the right circle, getting Tucker Forrest off guard. He barely got that one with his shoulder, and the puck stayed in play, creating that last opportunity for Tucker Healy.
And when Blake Warner is able to put all of his muscle behind a shot, he has maybe the hardest shot on this team, and he displayed it there. Body walking in, a shot was tipped, and that goes just wide of the Virginia Tech net.
It was Tucker Healy again. He is all over that net front right now.
Into the middle, this is Healy. To Body moving in from the point. It rolls over his stick, and it's stripped off of James Body. His stick hits the ice, and now moving back is Virginia Tech.
I think he was acting like his stick was broken.
James Body's stick still in the Maryland offensive zone as Virginia Tech goes back the other way. Healy behind his own net, trying to move it out. He'll move it towards the point, but not out. Back forward is Scriven. Henry Scriven will wind it around. And Healy will tip in. And no, he did not get a piece of it, so it's icing.
Tucker Healy a little displeased with that icing call right there as he thought he got a chunk of that pass from Henry Scriven, trying to break into the offensive zone. James Body will retrieve his stick, and it is in one piece.
Yeah, one piece.
Yeah.
Oh, I would hate to see for that thing to be broken.
Oh,
That's
such a beautiful, so recognizable with those Maryland colors.
That's a good way to put it, Andy. Recognizable. To the point, this is Rice. Right off the draw, it's tipped just wide. That was Fantozzi again with the deflection.
Hokies have the notebook on Patty Adams. They have gone with a lot of deflection plays so far tonight.
Here's Andrew, and he scores. Cutting right to the front, Ewan Andrew, and it's 4-2 Virginia Tech.
Looked like Henry Scriven, who was defending Andrew right there, may have deflected that shot a little bit as Andrew took it. Just enough to throw off Patty Adams, who was throwing his glove up to get that one out of the air. Another unfortunate break for the Terps. They didn't even play a bad defensive break right there. That was just a really good shot from Ewan Andrew that may have been clicked off of Henry Scriven, and it's 4-2 Hokies.
Terps find themselves down 2 now here in the second period. 14:40 remaining in this second period of play. And back the other way. It's Ewan Andrew right again. Andrew will shoot one, and that hit the crossbar. Kubi on the rebound, stopped by Adams.
Patty Adams gets saved by the crossbar the first time. Second time, great job moving right to left, sticking up that blocker to rob Kubi.
This is kept in by the Terps for the moment, but now Brian Rice trying to move it out, but he can't. Travis Duchesne steals.
Good physicality there from Chase Wilson, forcing that turnover to keep this pressure on for Maryland.
This is Lunder now trying to poke it out to center, and Cameron will turn back towards the Terps, but it's Brian Rice for Virginia Tech as they're in the middle of a change, close to too many men. And right at the Maryland blue line, the Terps will take over. Played through center, Luke Mohan. Did he get a piece of it? Yes, he did. No icing. And now Veneri will sweep it right back to center. Sean Amon will put it in. Legas going to call his own number here, moving towards the net, but that puck just squirts away from him.
Nice skating there from Fabiani, getting that recovery and forcing pressure on Legas and getting an eventual turnover in the corner.
Now at center, this is Luke Mohan. Off the skate of Waters, not deep. Mohan now will put it in deep. This will go behind the end line. And Trevor Kellogg will start things up for Virginia Tech. One-touch pass by Cameron out to center. This is tipped away from Veneri. Now Trevor Kellogg to Legis and a back pass to Kamen. But he loses it. Michael Schreiben trying to drag. This is Waters. Now it comes from McMenamin. He'll throw it towards the net, but Kellogg trying to sweep it away, and Forrest made the pad stop.
Quick whistle there. Keenan Waters trying to shove it up in close. Sean Amon had another opportunity at it. Sean Amon was sitting in front of the net right there trying to go for an initial deflection on that one. Either way, Forrest finds a way to keep it out of the net, and it'll set up an offensive zone draw for the Terps, who go with their fourth line.
It's Peduzzi against McMenamin. Peduzzi will win this draw. McAfee, he'll swing it around for Kazai. Cam Kazai will take a moment and make a pass behind Garlock. Tomaszewski now to Abdullayev. But taken by Cam Kazai. Takes a hit from Abdullayev. They still battle on that far wall. Kazai comes out with it. Walks towards the net, trying to put one high on Patrick Adams. Goes over the net. And now it's a race for it. McMenamin and McAfee. McAfee hits the ice. McMenamin's got it. To the middle looking for Abdullayev. Peduzzi was in the way.
Abdullayev just overskating that one by a touch. Nearly a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Terps on that rush.
Peduzzi. Now to Cam Kazai and right back to Peduzzi, but he can't handle that one. And Abdullayev will look to move it out. He'll skate it out. Past the red line and past the blue line. He gets sticked right at the blue line by Kevin McAfee. Kazai will touch it in and take control. James Body on him. Kazai behind the end line. Now Peduzzi will sweep it to the point. Dean Hearn. Peduzzi moving towards the net. He'll give it low. Right back to Peduzzi, and he couldn't get it towards the net.
Sure couldn't. Nice recovery there from Daniel Tomaszewski and Tucker Healy getting in that shooting lane. Another potential slot opportunity for Virginia Tech on that one.
In this near corner, it is now Matthew Tulo. He got things started on the scoreboard tonight. To the point, Kellogg. He'll keep. Excuse me, that was Lunder. Abdullayev trying to chip it out, and he will. It's a race for it. Trevor Drake's got it. Abdullayev gets off for a change. Trevor Drake towards the net. Blocker stop there by Tucker Forrest.
Sharp angle shot there from Trevor Drake. Nice job by him getting it on goal, forcing a blocker stop from Tucker Forrest as the Terps will get whistled for
icing.
It
was Brian Teskey right at center who iced it, and with 11:03 on the clock, we will get a defensive zone draw for Maryland.
This feels a lot like last night's game. Despite being down by 2 goals, it really doesn't feel like the Terps are out of this one quite yet. They've just had a couple of bad breaks defensively and need a couple of bounces to go their way at the other end of the ice.
Here is Alex Sandell. On his backhand, he turns it over. Tulo. Now taken by the Terps, and they will move out. Patrick Harnan. Harnan will go wide and stop up. He'll look across the ice for Healy, and look out. Here come the other way. It's Austin Hearn, maybe a 2-on-1. Stewart with him. Hearn, Stewart, and it's tipped wide.
It looks like net came up, and then Patty Adams slides it back up. He doesn't want that defensive zone draw.
He does not. We keep playing. Tulo to the point. It's Rice. He'll shoot it, blocked by Trevor Drake. Terps can't get it out. Teskey now will play it out to center. And this comes from Matthew Tulo, and he will swipe it towards the Virginia Tech bench and into the offensive zone. No icing. Alex Sandell will move out. Now to Teskey. Patrick Harnan will move it in as he needs a change. This whole first line will get off.
Go and put that second line back out there, it looks like.
Travis Duchesne trying to move it forward. Duchesne will smack it out of the air towards the Virginia Tech blue line. And it'll be played back to center now for Jack Fabiani. Terps will regroup.
Couple of good rushes for the Terps with that Drake, Healy, Harnan line out on the ice.
And look out here, Legis moving in. Dangerous, and he scores. J.H. Legis doing what he's done all weekend, and I'm assuming all season long, putting the team on his back. 5-2, Virginia Tech.
Legis with a strip in center ice right there. Goes in alone, only being faced by Jack Fabiani. He does a couple of dangles to get in tight on Patty Adams, then rips it low on the glove side. 5-2 Hokies here. Just another neutral zone turnover that leads to an odd man rush for Virginia Tech. That's what plagued Maryland last night. Just need a couple of those bounces to not go that poorly for the Terps. This is This is a tough one to swallow if you're Maryland. They have really played a good game so far and just gotten unlucky. That's the best way to say it.
And unfortunate that Legas was the guy that got the puck. Another one of the dangerous players on this Virginia Tech team, and he makes no mistake about it. So just through the halfway point of this second period, it's a 3-goal advantage for the Hokies, as this one is covered up by Forrest. But like you said, Andy, the Terps, they're still in this game. It really feels like they're right there.
Yeah, it's just they're playing so well. It does not feel like a 3-goal game right now. The team very much still thinks that they're in it. They've got that second identity line out there right now with Schreibman, Mohan, and Waters, one that's not afraid to throw their weight around and put pucks to the net front.
Battle at the near wall. Comes to the point. Tomaszewski will shoot one. Blocker stopped by Forrest, and it goes up and out of play.
Good save by Forrest right there, but that's a shot that if you're Tomaszewski, you want to usually wait a couple of extra seconds for a screen or a deflection to come into play right there. Could have been a little bit tougher for Forrest to get a blocker on that one had that play developed for a couple of seconds longer.
So the second line for Maryland hits the ice. It'll be Peduzzi and Mohan on the draw. 2 number 12s meeting at the faceoff dot. Peduzzi wins it. This is Barrett Lunder. Behind his own net, Michael Schreiman all over him. Lunder hits the ice.
Schreiman was trying to draw a penalty right there. Ref's not budging.
Body at the point. He'll walk and shoot one high on Tucker Forrest. Penalty upcoming.
Forrest had to jump there.
It's against Virginia Tech, and the Terps will head to the power play.
They're going to get cross-checking in tight. Looks like Pedozzi is going to be the one heading off. No, they're taking Brian Rice. Brian Rice. The man who had 2 goals for the Hokies last night, caught with a cross-check in front as Luke Mohan took a tumble low. And the Terps will go back to the power play to try to get back into this one. 9:03 to go in the second period. They trail 5-2, but it does not feel that way. And a power play strike here would really throw that momentum into a big shift.
So we'll see what the Terps can do. They win the draw. It's pushed deep by Harnan, and Legas is going to get there and throw it around the glass and out. And now Legas will play it to center. Here comes Virginia Tech shorthanded. They had one last night, and they score. It hits the stick of a Terps defenseman, beating Patrick Adams over the shoulder, and all has gone wrong for the Terps.
Yeah, another really unfortunate break for the Terps right there. Cam Kazai just kind of throws it at the net, bounces off of, I believe that was Brian Teskey, who was trying to recover for Maryland right there. Hits Brian Teskey in front. That shot was going wide. Patrick Adams wasn't ready for it to change direction so quickly. 6-2 Virginia Tech with that shorthanded strike.
That's a tough one. You hate to see that.
You really do. That's just...
I'm sick to my stomach.
That's just how this night's gone. No bounces have gone Maryland's way at all, it feels.
And it feels like that over the past couple of games. They haven't been able to get the bounces to go their way. And against a team like this, it's just not going to work. And look out, here they come again. Peduzzi, he'll shoot, and a stop by Patrick Adams.
Adams throwing out the blocker on Peduzzi right there. Good job making sure he doesn't give up a second shorthanded goal. Terps need to take it slow on this zone entry and get their power play set up.
It was Kazai and Peduzzi who combined on the shorthanded goal last night, and they do it once again here tonight. Here's Michael Schreiman for Maryland. He will stop up in the corner, twist towards the middle. This pops up in the air. Who wants it? Schreiman's got it. He'll turn back towards the point. Sandell to Schreiman. He's going to shoot one. That goes just over the net.
Another one where Forrest didn't quite look ready for it. If the Terps can get him just a little bit more close.
As that one hit a body right in front and somehow went wide of the net. Sandell's going to shoot it from the point. Rebound sits there. The whistle blows. Oh, my goodness.
I honestly don't believe that, Andrew.
Oh, my goodness.
Keenan Waters, Travis Duchesne, and Ilham Abdullayev all furious with the officials right now, as that was clearly a loose puck in tight that could have been an easy rebound goal to get the Terps back into this one. Instead, Virginia Tech is blessed with a quick whistle, and it's just going to be an offensive zone draw with 39 seconds to go in this power play. That is a crusher for the Terps.
Such a quick whistle there.
He never even, he stopped it, but he didn't have any possession of it. It clearly just hit him in the pads. That wasn't even a glove.
So the rule for the referees is once you lose sight of the puck, you're supposed to blow the whistle. As the Terps score!
Tucker Healy with the deflection in front.
And who cares about the whistle? The Terps score. It's Tucker Healy on the deflection 6-3 now.
Tucker going in on Tucker right there. Healy with a great tip off the shot from Daniel Tomaszewski. Right after the Terps get screwed with that quick whistle, they make no mistakes, and they're right back in this one. 6-3 with 7:30 to go. Power play strike for Tucker Healy.
Hey, Andy, you know, everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
Maybe that was so it was meant to be. As the Terps pull back within 3, that's a big goal for the momentum of this game. Can the Terps keep it going?
Yep. Tucker Forest, despite having such a good season, has looked very off balance so far tonight. Maryland just needs to get a few more bounces going their way, and this
Look
could be
out.
trouble.
Venerian Patrick Adams, huge stop.
Patrick Adams keeping up that momentum, and 3-on-1 the other way.
Here's Tucker Healy, drags to Trevor Drake, and it goes by him. Good defense there from Kevin McAfee as the Terps couldn't capitalize on the 3-on-1.
Great timing there from McAfee going down to force that pass out of Tucker Healy. And the pass from Healy goes just behind Trevor Drake. Nearly another one for the Terps right there.
As we get a whistle.
I think that they're going to catch Virginia Tech for a cross check on Trevor Drake in front here.
And it is Matt Veneri heading to the box. So this Terps power play gets another chance.
The power play, which just struck moments ago, is going to get another opportunity to bring the Terps within 2 right here. Veneri, the one heading off here for that cross check in front. He got a little bit too physical with Trevor Drake away from the puck.
So the Terps are going to start this power play with their second unit. It's Abdullayev centering, Duchesne and Schreibman. It'll be Keenan Waters with Brian Teske back at the point. They win the draw. Teske to Schreibman. It is Kazai and Peduzzi out there for Virginia Tech, so look out. And here they come as Brian Teske hits the ice, but the Terps maintain control.
Terps really wanted a penalty right there. Brian Teske interfered heavily on that exit attempt from Cam Kazai. And Patty Adams will squeeze this one as Kazai was flying in right there.
Oh, my goodness. Another crazy bounce there off the glass. Patrick Adams was starting to go out behind his net to stop the puck, and that puck was heading right for his cage, so he had to come back and make a save there.
Yeah, for all you Capitals fans watching, that was very reminiscent of the 2022 playoffs where Ilya Samsonov tried to play a puck behind his net, took a crazy bounce, and they lost in overtime to the Bruins.
Crazy stuff like that happens all the time, but the Terps narrowly avoid it there. So the Terps, with a minute and a half remaining on this power play, can they set something up in the offensive zone? It starts with moving out of your defensive zone. And Schreiben trying to do so. Gavin Peduzzi all over him. Now Brian Teske, he's going to slow it down and move it to Daniel Tomaszewski. The captain moves in. He's going to play it around Rice and get after it, and he'll sweep it around. Terps looking to set up now, and they will. It's Teske. Duchesne. Right to the front! It's in! Michael Schreiman! The Terps are back within 2. It's a power play goal, 6-4.
Great passing by the Terps right there. Teske hit Abdullayev for the one-timer. Tucker Forrest came up with that first save, but it went off of his pad, and Michael Schreibman was left all alone. He evaded the Tech defense, and for the first time all season, Virginia Tech has surrendered 2 power play goals in a game.
Would you look at that? It's the Terps breaking streaks out here, and they are back within 2. Get hype, everyone. Let's go.
That 4-goal lead has gone away real quick for the Hokies. Terps back to within 2 with 5.5 to go here in the second period.
And the momentum has completely shifted here in this goal-heavy second period.
Yeah, wasn't it 2-2?
I think it was 2-2. It is now 6-4. And Bailey's going to have some things to talk about in the intermission.
Yeah, get ready for a busy intermission report, Bailey. This has been an offensive-heavy period.
Here comes Trevor Drake now. Terps move back in. Backhand pass right to the middle, swept away from Healy, but kept in. Fabiani shoots and into the glove of Tucker Forrest.
Fabiani trying to go for either a deflection from Drake or a rebound opportunity. Good job by Forrest noticing Drake cruising in to swallow that one up with his glove and make sure neither of those are an opportunity. But the Terps have absolutely seized this momentum shift, now only trailing by 2. Virginia Tech looks lost out there right now. And don't forget about that huge save from Patty Adams. After giving up the first shorty, he had another one on Matt Veneri, and Veneri ripped it off the blocker of Patty Adams, which led to the Tucker Healy deflection goal minutes later.
Jack Hudrin, backhand shot by Wilson. The rebound got away from Forrest, and now it comes back to center.
Travis Duchesne nearly with a rebound goal right there. Golden opportunity for this first line.
And as you said, Andy, Tucker Forrest looking a little shaky in net.
Yeah, for a guy who's got a .978 save percentage coming into tonight, he seems a little off balance. He's been jumping a lot in the crease is what I've noticed.
Cam Kazai. Sorry, keep going, Andy.
Yeah. He just seems off balance and unsure of himself. There have been multiple occasions where he's jumped to try and block a shot, or he goes down super early. Number 33 in white, the freshman, who I played against a few times in high school, seems a little uncertain of himself here tonight.
So 4.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. The Terps were down at one point in this period 6-2. They have clawed back. It is now 6-4. At the point, Hearn trying to put it towards the net. It goes into a pile of traffic, and the Terps will move it out to center. This is flipped up into the air, back into the Terps end. Daniel Tomaszewski now. He'll put it off the glass, but not out. Thrown right towards Adams. Body will sweep it away. And this goes all the way back down, but it'll stop before the end line, so no icing.
Misplayed by
Dean Hearn
Dean Hearn
there.
right there.
Stewart now to Tulo and Austin Hearn. It goes through his skates. Sandell moving up towards it. He's going to put it closer to the Maryland offensive end.
Good job by Mohan there, playing physical and forcing that turnover in neutral. Another offensive zone possession for Maryland right here.
Keenan Waters battling in the corner, and it comes out now as Austin Hearn looking to draw a penalty. Schreibman shoots, and the glove of Tucker Forrest responds on that one.
Michael Schreibman seems like a different player out here tonight. He was talking with you and I on the bus ride a lot last night and today, just saying how much he felt snake bit in that game last night. He came out with something to prove tonight. He's already got one goal. He's ripped a few solid shots from both circles. Michael Schreibman, a changed man out there for Maryland.
He has been flying here tonight. A freshman for Maryland. As players collide into the net, the whistle blows as the net comes off its moorings, at least a little bit.
Yep, net just came off. They're not going to pull a Patty Adams where he brings it right back. Keenan Waters felt a little uncomfortable right there, wanted an interference call, but nothing will happen.
But as you said, Michael Schreibman has been such an impact player for the Terps this year. He's only a freshman.
Absolutely, Andrew. He has not played like a freshman, to put it lightly.
Absolutely not. And we have years of Michael Schreibman masterpieces to come. As this one goes all the way in on Patrick Adams, he will cover. So we've got 3:17 on the clock. That's how much time is left in the second period. 6-4, Virginia Tech is the current score. And it's a defensive zone draw for Maryland. Mohan and Fantozzi on it. It is won by Fantozzi. They still battle for control, though. It comes now to Kubi. And Kubi to the middle. Fantozzi on his backhand. Can't get much power on it. And outmove the Terps. Schreibman just lost the handle. And Fantozzi's going to put it right back in. Sandell on his backhand. Can't get it out. Sandell with another opportunity. Moving towards the line. This will get out. Here comes Schreibman again. He's going to go wide around Kellogg. Schreibman on the backhand looking for a teammate in front. There was no one there.
Offense running through Michael Schreibman again. What a period for number 22.
And a penalty upcoming. It's going to go against the Terps. Fantozzi hit the ice. He was run into without the puck, so interference is going to be the call. Luke Mohan heading to the box.
Luke Mohan very upset about that one. He thought Fantozzi ran into him. Fantozzi takes a dive. And Mohan, that's exactly what Mohan told him. He was like, I didn't cause that. But either way, it's going to be a Virginia Tech power play as Mohan slams his stick in the penalty box.
That's a frustrating one for the Terps to take. And this is a massive kill now here late in the second period. Terps down 2. Tucker Healy off the draw, spinning it towards the point. Did it get out? Yes, it did. This is J.H. Legis now. He'll go across the ice to the captain, Gavin Peduzzi, the all-time Virginia Tech points leader. Cam Kazai. Garlock moving in, and he scores. Ethan Garlock, his second of the game, second of the period, and it's 7-4 Virginia Tech.
Rough one for the Terps right there. Luke Mohan arguably shouldn't have been in the box on that one as Fantozzi ran into him and then ended up taking the fall. But Ethan Garlock does it all himself on that one, entering the zone, getting into the slot, going low glove on Patty Adams. The shot that's beat him all night so far. Virginia Tech's not changing anything up there. They've got a 3-goal lead with 2:23 to go here in the second.
Oh, that one hurt, Andy. That one hurt.
That one really hurt Andrew.
As we get going again, Terps down 3 now. 7-4. This is moved out to center. Here come the Terps, though. It's stripped away from Andrew McMenamin. And Austin Hearn back for Virginia Tech. Now Tulo, he'll fire it in. Final 2 minutes of the period.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like this game should be 7-4. The Hokies have played a lot of very sloppy hockey in this second period and somehow have scored 5 goals during it despite really not having any solid offensive zone time and just relying on turnovers in neutral.
As you said, they really haven't had sustained zone pressure. It's kind of been these one-off chances off of turnovers, off of defensive breakdowns. So can the Terps respond here? Abdullahev's going to dump it in. Kevin McAfee there for Virginia Tech. Off the end wall, Dean Hearn. To Stewart. Can he get it out? No. Now the Terps got it. Blake Warner in the corner. He's going to put it towards the point. It's Tomaszewski stepping away from Stewart and away from Peduzzi. Tomaszewski to the front. The puck sat there, and it's cleared away back to center.
Tucker Healy nearly had a shot at that one. Nice recovery from Peduzzi to box out number 5 for the Terps.
Hearn will dump it in. Final minute of the second period. This is Patrick Harnan behind his own net. Pops up in the air. Harnan has it again, but turns it over. Peduzzi a shot, and Patrick Adams squeezes it.
Patty Adams hugging the post right there, making sure nothing can get through on that short side. But just a real deflator. Yeah, I see that comment, Dad. I can't necessarily say certain things on the stream, but just know that I acknowledge it and don't necessarily disagree.
So that's a media-trained answer.
Yeah.
To the point now, Lunder. Now Peduzzi fires, and that just goes wide. 44 seconds in the period. This hits a body right in front. Behind the net is Kazai to the front looking for Peduzzi. He's behind the net now. Tucker Healy, it hits a errant stick, and Virginia Tech's got it. Garlock a shot, the whistle blows.
Body's gonna head off.
They're taking 2 players.
Oh, at least it's going to be a 4-on-4. James Body getting real physical with Cam Kazai right there. Kazai's not pleased that he's going to be heading off too. James Body initiating that contact in the corner. Cam Kazai standing up for himself. Both are going to go off for roughing right here. We'll have some 4-on-4 hockey for the last 31 seconds of this second period, and then an abbreviated 90 seconds to begin the third.
So Body and Cam Kazai will sit.
They're still barking at each other in the penalty box.
It's just not how you say his name.
That's just not how you pronounce his name.
Not sure if anyone could hear that.
Yes.
31 seconds remaining in the period. And Body and Kazai are both standing in the box yelling at each other.
Oh, and Kazai's rolling up his sleeves. It sounds like they might be planning something for when both of them are released.
We'll see. It's a bit of a weight class difference there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Cam Kazai really wants to take on James Body.
Maybe in a boxing match, but MMA, I got Body all day. This one is stopped by Sandell with his glove, and he's going to move out to center with it. Final 15 seconds of the period. Teskey's going to take his time. So we're playing 4-on-4 right now, and this will bleed over into the third period. So an incredibly entertaining period. Goals back and forth and back and forth. 7-4. That is the score at the end of 2 periods. It was 2-2 coming into it, as Body and Kazai will skate to their respective locker rooms, still jawing. But that is going to do it for the second period of play. Unbelievable. A total of 7 goals in this second period. And Bailey Unchester is going to break it all down for you in her intermission report. So stay tuned for that. But that'll do it for us for this period. We will see you for the third.
Hey Terps fans, it's Bailey Unchester here in between the second and the third period here against Virginia Tech. Exciting period, guys. If you were tuning in at home, there have been a combined 7 goals between both Virginia Tech and Maryland this period. We started going into this at a score of 2-2, and it's not that anymore. We are currently 7-4 right now with the Terps trailing, and they were not playing on their feet very well in the start of that second period. Virginia Tech managed to put up 5 goals on them. That first one by Ethan Garlock, second by Ewan Andrew, third by J.H. Lagus, fourth by Cam Kazai, which was a shorthanded goal, and the fifth by Ethan Garlock, again, also on a power play. The Terps were able to answer with 2 goals of their own. First one by Tucker Healy on the power play. Next one by Michael Schreibman on the power play. Both Healy and Schreibman been having a great second period for themselves. Really key pieces of that Terrapin offense right now. And, they're part of the reason why this game is relatively close. It was definitely a very passionate period from both sides, and neither team seemed to be able to stay out of the box. There were penalties being thrown out left and right, and most of these goals here were scored on some sort of not full strength situation for one or the other team. We saw towards the end of that second period a little bit of animosity between James Body and Cam Kazai, who were both in the box towards that end of the second period. Came out of the box okay. Didn't look like they were going to end up fighting, but it was insinuated by them in the box. Luke Mohan, again, with a important penalty, too, that ended up with Virginia Tech scoring one of their important goals there. You can tell if you were watching on the stream and if you could see the view on that penalty box, he was very frustrated with himself. And, the atmosphere here at this rink in general is getting a little bit tense. Virginia Tech fans having some words with the Maryland players, the Maryland fans themselves, and yeah, it's definitely tense to say the least. Just a little bit of update for what's going on right now between the second and the third. I don't know exactly for sure, but it does look like the Zamboni here is having some issues. We have some of the Virginia Tech guys with shovels out on the ice right now, trying to clean up the ice as best as they can. But I do not know how well they're going to be able to do that. And right now, it is looking like they're going to be playing this next period on some pretty terrible ice. So we will see how that affects both teams. Usually where we go, the Terps and all the other teams in the ACC here are used to having decent conditions, Zambonis coming in between each period, and this is definitely going to be an interesting test to them to see if this has much effect, if any, on how both teams play. But yeah, I'll get more word on that maybe when we get into this third period, see what the ice situation is. But just want to let you guys know, if you see the skaters maybe not looking as graceful as they usually do, the ice is not in its greatest condition. But again, we are currently at a score of 7-4, Terps trailing. They really did come into the end of that second period, putting up those 2 goals, which I think will set them up for a decent third period. We just have to make sure, again, that we stay out of the box, control ourselves, control our penalties. It looks like a lot of them are just based on pure emotion from the players. It's great to see them play with such intensity, but they do have to know when and when not to show it. Some sketchy calls from the refs a little bit, if I do say so myself. There was one in the crease when Maryland had the puck where the refs apparently lost sight of the puck and called it quits, which could have very easily resulted in a Maryland goal right then, right there. But alas, the refs called it off and they had to restart from one of the circles. So we'll see if the refs can maybe stay a little bit ahead of their game for the third period, be fair to both teams. And we'll see, again, how this third period unfolds. Again, I'm Bailey Unchester. Thank you guys for sticking in for my mid-game report. And I hope you stay around for the third period with Andy and Andrew. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to the Maryland Hockey Network. It is time for the third period of play, and we had an entertaining intermission. The Zamboni doesn't work, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'd say the most
roughly half of the ice. I mean, not half of the
honestly,
half of a zone.
Yeah, half of the Virginia Tech zone is just horrible ice right now. There's still, you see the players over there trying to fix some of the divots in the ice, but the Zamboni got on the ice, stopped about halfway through its first lap, and was forced to go back to the garage as it stopped working. So the ice is just as dirty as it was at the end of the second period.
It's going to be real dirty by the end of this third, Andrew.
It is going to be insane. They might need to like shovel the snow in between this, like in the middle of this period at some point.
I was just about to say, when they hit the 10-minute mark, they might bring out a team to shovel up some of the ice because this is going to get real rough real quick out there.
So also, the Zamboni was able to complete about half a lap. So you can kind of see down in this far end, the boards have like a little piece of clean ice, but the rest is completely chopped up ice. So this will add another interesting element to this third period, which is sure to be entertaining after a 7-goal second period.
Zone clears are going to be an adventure. Depending on what part of the ice you're going at, it's either going to be a slow roller towards the opposing cage or a bullet up the ice on the boards. So
we'll see. And remember, we are still playing 4-on-4 as James Body and Cam Kazai are in the box.
Cam Kazai is staring down James Body right now, and and he just turned around, and Kazai looks away now. Wow, what great!
Interesting.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on as soon as they step out. We'll see if there's any extracurriculars. As they were getting out for the second intermission, both Body and Kazai were jawing at each other at center ice. So there's definitely a lot of emotion between the two of them. We'll see if anything comes out of it.
So we are going here in the third period of play. 1:15 left in these two coincidental penalties. That's why we are at 4-on-4. As soon as those are over, we will head back to 5-on-5. This is Brian Teskey. Has a goal tonight. Now for Alex Sandell, who also has a goal tonight. Sandell had the first one, Teskey with the second one. The third one was Tucker Healy, and the fourth was Michael Schreibman. As this is thrown in by Tucker Healy, it is on that clean patch of ice over there in that far corner. Kellogg will throw it rink wide. This is Peduzzi. Sean Amon took a spill right to the front. Big save, Patrick Adams. The rebound is stopped as well.
Great stop by Patty Adams right there, diving to his left and getting a glove on it. And something to notice right there on that zone entry, Trevor Kellogg. Nice shot there from Travis Duchesne that just clicks off of Forrest. But Trevor Kellogg stayed in that clean patch of ice for as long as he possibly could to keep a good handle on the puck. A lot of strategy can come into play in the early part of this period when you have that substantial difference in the ice quality and that tiny sliver on the boards.
And again, it won't take long for that ice to become just as dirty as the rest of the ice. But for now, and for the next couple of minutes, it is going to be a big difference. And as we mentioned, not only is it going to feel different with the puck, but it feels different when you're skating on that ice. It's just, It's a completely different glide on your blades. So an interesting kind of duality here.
Change of direction will be very interesting to see if you're going from that patch to the rougher part of the ice.
Here is Tulo moving into the offensive zone. He loses the puck. We are back at full strength. Body and Kazai are back on the ice. They both head to the bench.
Looks like Kazai was trying to give one more what for to Body and then realized he did not want part of that fight.
Yeah, no, he was already at the bench. In the corner now, this comes out to McAfee at the point. He'll put it down low, not a hokey there. So Sean Amon behind his own net. He'll play it off the wall. This is Jack Hudrin. Number 20 in red will throw it off the wall and down. It is sliding on that clean patch of ice, and that will send it all the way down for icing.
Yeah, that's what we were alluding to at the start of this period. If that puck's about 3 feet to the right, it probably slows down and the Hokies are forced to play it. Instead, it catches that clean patch of ice where it's a lot more slick. Turns out to be an icing for the Terps.
That is wild. I did not think that was going to be an icing, but it stood on that clean patch of ice and just slid all the way down. Interesting. So face off to the left of Patrick Adams. They battle for it off the draw. Backhand shot goes wide that time from Kubi. Kubi now on it. He's going to go behind the net with it. Play it for Andrew in front. It stays behind the net. Now Sean Amon Trying to move it out to center. Jack Hudron will twist it all the way down. Is it on net? No. So it's icing.
Yeah, that one would have been icing no matter which part of the ice he put it on.
That's
Hudron
true.
had a lot of pacing on that clear.
This is true. As we will drop the puck again in the Terps defensive zone.
Very tense environment here in Roanoke right now, Andrew. Both teams can kind of feel whoever scores next, it's going to be a big goal either way.
Score is still 7-4 in favor of the Hokies. It was 2-2 entering that second period. As I mentioned, 7 goals in that middle frame. Unbelievable stuff here in Roanoke. Here is Luke Mohan moving in. Takes a stick with him. Mohan will just play it deep. And in the corner now, it's Schreibman turning away from Lunder. And it goes behind the net. And this will be moved out to center by the Hokies. Tomaszewski intercepts, though. And right at neutral ice, he takes a check. Kubi, backhand pass looking for Lunder. It gets away from him, and Luke Mohan hits the ice. No penalty call. Schreibman chips it to the center of the ice. This is Barrett Lunder moving in. Lunder, he'll shoot one right into the midsection of Adams. He'll cover.
Luke Mohan initiating some contact there, falling over, no penalty call. A little familiar to the end of the second period, just the other way around. I'll leave it at that.
So just over 3 minutes into this third period. Another defensive zone draw for Maryland. This one is won back to the point for Legis. Now Kamen. In the corner, this is Veneri walking out. He'll shoot one, saved by Adams. He has the rebound.
Really good job by James Body right there. Realized that Patrick Adams didn't quite squeeze that one all the way. He comes in to help out his goalie. Sends it right up to his pad. Adams can get his glove over it. No further play right there.
Puck is dropped, and this is Kamen off the draw. Kamen on his backhand with Body on him. He'll go towards the back of the net. James Body steals. He walks away with it. Body getting hooked up, and no call. That looked pretty clear from here.
Sure did, Andrew. Sure did.
And now the Terps are going to move it into the offensive zone.
Yeah, Kyle Abosh currently injured for the Terps, standing to our right here, and he was very displeased with no penalty call on that most recent play.
Back come the Hokies, but that puck rolling on the dirty ice, and it bounces over the stick of Arthur Singh.
That dirty ice coming into play right there. That with a clean sheet of ice, that's a 2-on-1 pass that probably results in a high danger chance for the Hokies. Instead, it rolls on Arthur Sang and ends up behind the Terps net.
Now this is Legis, a stretch pass into the middle. This is Sang. Puck gets away from him again, and now Legis will have to regroup at center. Legis will gain speed. He'll head towards the Terps bench and enter the zone. Look out. Blake Warner was lining that hit up and just missed.
Yeah, if Warner connected right there, that would have been a
heavy
collision.
And this is sent the length of the ice. Will it slow down? It's rolling, and it'll be icing.
Ends up on the side of the puck right there, so it turns into an icing. Blake Warner nearly leveling in the defensive zone right there. Had he connected, that would have been a huge momentum hit for the Terps. Blake Warner, big man right there, almost lining up a huge hit to set up an offensive zone rush.
Blake Warner standing at 6'5", and that would have hurt for sure.
Yeah.
This comes to Dean Hearn. He's going to fire one and hit a body in front, and it bounces right to Patrick Adams. He covers.
That was deflected by Cam Kazai, number 41, who's been all over the ice for the Hokies in both of these games. Tips it right into the chest protector of Patty Adams, who's able to cover it up right there. Another deflection opportunity for VT. Deep breaths.
Deep breaths. Face off to the right of Adams, 15:24 on the clock. Off the draw, it's Kazai walking right to the front, looking for a pass. He puts it towards the net. Where is it? The whistle blows.
And Jack Fabiani's very upset with Peduzzi right there. That was a lot of jams at Patty Adams after the whistle. And they're both jawing at each other. Cam Kazai's the one who's speaking up for his teammates now. Cam Kazai, who got very physical with James Body and verbal with him in the penalty box, trying to spark a little bit of extracurricular for the Hokies.
Patrick Harnon's going to smack this out to center. Trying to move it further was Hearn, and here come the Terps in. Harnon shielding away a defender, but Peduzzi steals. Gavin Peduzzi, he's got pressure on him.
Good hit by Trevor Drake right there.
Peduzzi trying to muscle his way up the wall. Terps keep it in for now. Dean Hearn behind his own net. He loses it right at the Zamboni door. Harnan to the point. Amen. Off a stick. This flutters behind the end line. Now out with it come the Hokies. This will come out to center. Garlock has it poked away by Amen. And Garlock moves in now. He's got Kazai with him. Garlock shoots right into the midsection of Adams, and he covers.
Garlock and Fabiani going at it. That's got to be a call.
And they're going to take them both?
They're going to take them both off?
Wait, what?
No.
That makes no sense.
All right. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
That makes no sense. Oh, man.
I'm interested to see what the calls are. We got a slashing and a rough.
That's insane.
I really don't get that.
That seemed like
it was clearly all on Garlock. After the whistle, Jack Fabiani getting a little bit verbal with him for that late push at Patty Adams, and then Garlock just hits him from behind, knocking him to the ice. Both of them end up going off.
And we are putting both penalties up on the board now. That's what we're waiting for. There it is. So we will drop this puck once again in the Terps defensive zone. It is won by the Hokies. Stewart to the point. Lunder. Back to Stewart. Trying to step around Body. Hearn. Spinning pass to the front. Good tie up by James Body.
Really good tie up by James Body right there, preventing that pass to the slot.
In that far side, Tomaszewski hits the ice, and now it's Travis Duchesne. He's going to go behind the net and give to Body. It bounces off the wall, but James Body's got it. Right at the red line, he's going to dump it in, but he's going after it. Body takes a hit, that time from Brian Rice. Body on the ice. Rice takes a check from Chase Wilson. And Chase Wilson trying to get the puck. He steals it away from Brian Rice, but Lunder's got it.
Great shift by Chase Wilson right here. Lots of good pressure and physicality, forcing Virginia Tech into tough positions.
And look out, two Terps behind the play here. Here comes the Hokies. This is Austin Hearn walking towards the net. That shot was blocked. And now it's Travis Duchesne. The puck just continuing to bounce all over the place.
Yeah, and it's getting stopped everywhere too because of this rough ice. Very unpredictable the way that this puck is moving in this third period.
Tomaszewski with a back pass to Mohan. It gets away from both of them, and now J.H. Legis will take over for Virginia Tech. Stretch pass near side. Gets away from Kellogg. That was the defenseman, Trevor Kellogg. And this is Brian Teske. Now Michael Schreibman. He'll move it to Tomaszewski, who tips it in. Down to 30 seconds to go in this 4-on-4. Trevor Kellogg. He's going to take it himself. He'll move through center into the Terp zone. He's going to go wide around Sandell. Backhand pass right to the front, just wide from Matthew Tulo.
Tulo with a golden chance right there. Luckily for Maryland, he jammed it just wide.
And
another one.
Takes that one right to the net. Terps have numbers the other way. Here they go. Here's Schreibman. Maybe a 3-on-2. Schreibman down the right side to the middle, but the pass fluttered away.
It's that dirty ice getting the better of Michael Schreibman right there. Terps have 3-on-2 developing. The pass just ends up fluttering on him. Looked like it hit a chunk of snow.
Luke Mohan loses his stick behind the Virginia Tech net. He has to go off. We are back to even strength and 5-on-5.
No whistles in that 4-on-4, Andrew.
Garlock. He has 2 tonight. Trying to muscle his way to the front. It was poked away by Fabiani. And he will put it off the glass all the way down. Will it be icing? Yes.
I know that you and I see everything through a Maryland skewed lens for these games, Andrew, but I really don't understand how that was a 4-on-4 on that.
I agree with you. I do agree with you. It really seemed like Garlock just purposely took him down. I don't know.
I mean, at the very least, if you're going to call Fabiani, you've got to hook Garlock for 2 there because he knocked him down and then hit him back down when Fabiani was trying to get back up.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is they've taken 2 players earlier in the game, and maybe they just want to keep it consistent. But, I mean, you got to make the right call.
You've got to make the right call first and foremost. In that situation, to us at least, it seemed like it was clearly all Garlock's doing, and Fabiani gets tagged with 1 on top of it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter what we think, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
We'll just stay up here and watch from afar.
Yeah, watch all those offsides.
This one gets away from Peduzzi. Fabiani will push it past him, and now Jack Fabiani after it. Kevin McAfee in his own end. He rims it around, and a clean breakout there, but it's stolen by Tucker Healy. right at center. He's dangling and dangling. Healy to Harnan. Patrick Harnan trying to take it wide on McAfee. McAfee gives a shove.
That was a really strange zone entry. Everybody on the ice just froze with Tucker Healy holding it in neutral.
Waiting to see what number 5 in red was going to do. Here is Tucker Healy now on the puck. It's taken away by Kazai. A saucer pass out for Ewan Andrew. Kazai right at the blue line and hit his skate, not offside. Peduzzi battling with Harnan. This is out to center. Cam Kazai on it. He's going to lower his shoulder and now gain some speed. Poked away by Tucker Healy. Almost too many men. But they had just made the change in time. Trevor Drake, a shot tipped up into the netting above the glass.
Looked like there were a couple of pucks right there.
Yeah, there were.
That shot got tipped in.
I still see it. It's
the other one's still up there. It's good.
It's good. Kyle Labosh says it's good, so it's good. 10 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. That is how much time remains in regulation. Terps still down by 3 goals. And in the not too distant future, they will be battling the clock. And here comes Veneri. He's going to go wide. Backhand. Puts it off the side of the net. He's still got it. Takes a hit from Warner. And now James Body on it.
Blake Warner's been very present in this third period. He's putting his body everywhere, whether it's in the offensive or the defensive zone.
In this near corner, they battle for it. Comes to the point. Body. He's going to shoot it off a stick that hit Arthur Sang. And into the far corner it goes. Hokies move out now. Near side, Kamen. Kamen, a saucer pass right into James Body. He goes down. No penalty call. Ilham Abdullayev will put it off the glass and in deep, just about at the halfway mark of this third period.
Nice job by Blake Warner finishing his check right there.
Blake Warner finishing every check here tonight. This one is floated to the front, and Patty Adams has it in his glove.
Chris Kuby getting in close on Patty Adams like he's been doing all night. If James Body was on the ice, I think we may have had a little bit of sparks fly right there, but luckily for number 23 in white, Body was on the bench for that play.
So once again, defensive zone draw for Maryland. Fantozzi and Chase Wilson on the draw. Fantozzi wins it forward and tried to get a shot off, but back comes Maryland. Jack Hudron far side. He's going to dump it in and deliver a big check to Trevor Kellogg.
Really good hit there by Jack Hudron, getting his body in on Trevor Kellogg. Now the Terps have some offensive zone possession. Let's see what they do with it.
That was Gustafson who took the hit, and another one from Hudron on Gustafson.
Hudron laying his body everywhere on this shift. Whether it's him or Warner, both of them playing very physical, and that's from behind.
Unbelievable stuff we are seeing.
Kyle Abosh to my right just yelled, "Are you kidding me?" from the stands.
And here is Henry Scriven. He's going to move through center, and Hudron and Kuby still battling in the Terps defensive zone behind the play.
And Hudron goes down again. You've got to call that one.
Unbelievable. And it is getting a little bit out of control now here in Roanoke. Refs letting everything go at this point, and Maryland suffering from it.
They sure are, Andrew. That was a lot of ones that could have been called, for sure.
Far side, Hearn takes a hit, and things could get chippy here. And now we have a whistle.
Oh, and now we got a whistle? Are you going to call Keenan Waters for that one? Is that what this is?
And Keenan Waters heading to the box. And they're taking 2 Terps. They are taking 2 Terps. And not a single Hokie.
This is unbelievable, Andrew.
And
I believe Waters, yep, they're both going off. This is unbelievable. I have no words.
Don't know what the calls were, but for some reason...
One of them was a hold. I saw that signal for sure.
So Waters and Tomaszewski in the box. And the Terps back killing a 5-on-3, and now we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, Tucker Healy really wants an explanation from the official right there with the captain in the box. He's got the duties wearing the A on his chest. And the official won't even talk to him. He just shoos Tucker Healy away.
Awesome stuff. Awesome.
If you're going to make your calls, at least defend them. That's where I stand on that front.
So teams will talk things over now. Not sure who took the timeout. I believe it was Maryland.
It was Coach Leskovich. I saw the signal.
Okay, so it was Coach Tom Leskovich of the Terps. And with 8:43 on the clock, The Terps will head down on a 3-on-5 for the third time this weekend.
Yeah, I believe that the initial call was a hold on Keenan Waters, and then I'm pretty sure that the other penalty was an unsportsmanlike penalty on Daniel Tomaszewski, assuming he said something to the officials for that rash of non-calls that occurred just before it, and then that soft hold that they hooked Keenan Waters for.
So we will do a face-off.
And, oh, yep, Coach Leskovich is yelling at the officials now. He's got to be careful not to get a misconduct here and put the Terps in the box even more.
And he's just laughing. It is pretty laughable at this point.
Yep, it sure is.
The Terps are down 3 and now down 2 men.
Oh, well, at least the Terps will finally get their explanation. They had to go to the coach to get it.
So referees talking with Coach Tom, and it looks like we're going to drop the puck. But they're still talking to him. Now we wait. All right, yep. Coach Tom, he might get himself thrown out here, and it would be warranted if he does. That is unbelievable what just occurred. Nevertheless, we drop the puck. Off the draw, Maryland wins it, and Brian Teskey sends it the length of the ice. So it was a interference and then an unsportsmanlike on Tomaszewski.
Yep, so Tomaszewski got put to the box for most likely saying something to the officials for that call on Keenan Waters after they made it.
This one comes back out to center, gets past Matthew Tulo, down to 1:30 on these power plays. And it's turned over. Tucker Healy couldn't handle it. Virginia Tech through center now. This is Stewart trying to go wide on Fabiani. He pokes it out to center. And the Hokies will have to regroup. 8 minutes to go in the period. It is swung around. Fabiani can't chop at it. Stewart, Tulo, Veneri.
Good stick there by Brian Teskey. He threw off that one-time pass.
This is Austin Hearn far side. Rice is at the top. This is Veneri. Veneri's going to walk and shoot. He misses high and wide.
Patty Adams was right with the blocker right there. Veneri ripped that one high. No worries there.
Tulo into the middle. This is Tulo, excuse me.
Good block by Healy and a clear.
Tucker Healy doing it all for the Terps there. And look out, they're on a change. And this is Austin Hearn, but the puck bounces away from him as the stretch pass came from Tucker Forrest. Now Brian Rice for Virginia Tech. To Peduzzi at the top. He's going to walk in and shoot one low, save the rebound, sits right in front, and Patrick Adams has it.
Good cover there from Patty. Pouncing on that puck as Austin Hearn hit a little dribbler from the right circle. And the Terps are still displeased. Travis Duchesne talking to the officials now. He still wants an explanation. Nobody on the ice is happy.
7 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in regulation time. Down to the final half a minute on these power plays. Peduzzi, Legis fires, big stop, Patrick Adams.
Patty Adams with the stop on the one-timer, sliding to his right. Great save there on J.H. Legis, who had, from the Ovechkin office, a one-timer right there.
Just had to say Ovechkin, didn't you?
It's my birthday, Andrew. I'm allowed
That's
to do
true.
it once.
All right, fine. You can say it. It's your birthday. That's fine. Kazai. Peduzzi at the top fires. It was blocked by James Body. Body slow to get up right in front of the Terps
he's
net.
hurting hard. That right leg of his where he just blocked that shot, he's putting almost no weight on it. James Body needs to get off bad.
Legis looking across. This is Fantozzi now. Body still limping out there.
Both of them are about to be released, Andrew. The Terps have killed off the 5-on-3.
Peduzzi fires, rebound off the side of the net. It stays out. It comes right in front. The Terps clear. It's going to be an icing, but the Terps have killed off the 3-on-5.
And James Body should be allowed to clear change here because of injury.
And he is going to get off. So Brian Teskey will come on. And James Body putting his body on the line.
Great play there by James Body, blocking that shot, and he clearly was hurting. And then just an amazing penalty kill by the Terps right there. Lots of good sticks to break up passes, and your best penalty killer has always got to be your goalie, Patty Adams, making a bunch of timely saves. They successfully killed off a full 2 minutes of 3-on-5 right there.
And that is so tough to do. And now Daniel Tomaszewski taking the face-off.
Terps got stuck with 3 defensemen out there because they had to sub out Body for another defenseman.
So Travis Duchesne far side can't get it out. Duchesne on it again. Tomaszewski will play it near side. This is Keenan Waters moving out now. Waters through center. He'll dump it in. 6:15 on the clock. McAfee delivers a big check to Waters. And this comes all the way back down into the Terps end. Sandell is going to swing it off the wall. And Keenan Waters all the way down here. Waters right in the middle. They trying to put it on net. It sits right in front of Forrest.
And Waters is delivering a punch. We're going to get a big scrap here. And
Tucker Forrest
getting in on Keenan Waters.
I was seeing what Patty Adams' reaction was to that. Seeing if he had any say about what Tucker Forrest just did to Keenan Waters. But Keenan Waters is going to the box.
He might get thrown out of the game right here. That looks like what they're discussing.
So Waters in the box for the moment.
We'll see.
And they are still discussing. Now they're going to close the penalty box door, and Waters will sit.
We'll see if they ask for another Terp to serve Waters' penalty. It looked like the initial conversation made it seem like they were going to charge Waters with a misconduct, which at this point would take him out the remainder of the game.
And it looks like Chris Kuby is also heading to the box for Virginia Tech. I wonder if that is him serving the penalty that maybe Tucker Forrest took.
I believe it is, because if you're a goaltender, doing what he just did, delivering a punch with that blocker is a very dangerous play.
And we're looking up at the scoreboard. It is number 33 up there for the penalty. That is Tucker Forrest's number. So the goaltender for Virginia Tech taking a penalty, serving that penalty is Chris Kuby. And we are playing 4-on-4 once again.
Yeah, what Tucker Forrest did on that play was completely uncalled for. If you're a goaltender delivering a punch with that blocker, that is a very heavy piece of equipment that people have zero defense against. That is a roughing penalty every time and a super dangerous play.
And you can attribute it to the refs letting this game get out of control.
Absolutely. They did not call penalties when they needed to. These teams had their emotions boil over. They needed to control the game when they had the opportunity to. They chose not to, and now they're paying the price.
So here's Michael Schreiben starting out from his own end. Takes a hit. But
nice hit there, Schreibs.
Terps maintain control. Teskey into the zone. Taken away by Andrew for the moment. And Andrew's got it, but Tucker Healy steals. Healy moving towards the net to Schreiben. It's poked at, but Tucker Forrest has it.
Good play there by Tucker Healy. He's been on it all night, dangling into the offensive zone. Then delivering that pass to Michael Schreiben, who tried to go 5-hole on Tucker Forrest. And we see your comments, Miss Leskovich, and I completely agree that that is a thing a goalie should never do.
Absolutely.
And they are pulling Patty Adams. Terps going 6-on-5 with 5:06 to go here in the third. 5-on-4. Currently 4-on-4 ice.
And Terps are discussing who they want on the ice.
I think that they were trying to get out Brian Teskey, but the officials deemed that James Body had already come on before the Hokies changed. And as the home team, Virginia Tech gets last change, so they have the right to that last change. And he did not get off the ice in time. Sorry, it was Patrick Adams who did not get off the ice in time. And since Virginia Tech has last change, the Terps are forced to put their goalie back in.
So Patrick Adams back in the net. We still play 4-on-4. Patrick Adams stays there as this one is swept across the crease. Trevor Drake on it. Drake will spin it down low. It goes over the stick of Healy. Patrick Adams back to the bench.
Brian Teskey is going to come on as the extra attacker.
Terps keep it in the offensive zone. They now are up a man. It is 5-on-4 in favor of the Terps for the moment. This one comes out to center. Trevor Drake has it. Near side, Tomaszewski. Final 45 seconds on these penalties. And then it will be 6-on-5 for Maryland. Healy, far corner. Drag move around Rice, couldn't work. And Rice on the backhand, can't get it out. Trevor Drake keeps. Towards the net, it was tipped by Tomaszewski into the glove of Tucker Forrest.
Great tip there by Chevy. The shot from Drake at the point. The two of them rotated. The defenseman going down low and the forward taking the shot up high. Good save there by Tucker Forrest, snagging that one with the glove and making sure there isn't a rebound. For the next 29 seconds will be 5-on-4 for the Terps, and then once Waters and Kuby are released, you have to assume they'll stay 6-on-5.
Face-off won by Virginia Tech. Legas trying to clear, and he does. Now it's a race for it. Kazai towards the empty net. It goes wide. Travis Duchesne to Teskey.
Terps have to be careful here. Virginia Tech's been playing very aggressive on their penalty kill. I imagine they do the same in an empty net situation. If you make one bad pass in the defensive zone, that's an easy goal for the Hokies.
Coach Tom Leskovich telling Keenan Waters to stay on the ice once he get out of the box. And now they are both out of the box. This one swept towards the empty net just wide, and we are playing 6-on-5.
He was across the red line too there, so the Hokies don't get charged with an icing and they can get off that tired group of skaters.
Healy going across the ice. Drake will get it there. Tomaszewski, backhand pass right into the center of the ice. Kellogg off of Harnan. Terps have control. This is Healy entering the zone, trying to get around Legis. Kept in by Drake. Trying to muscle it down the wall. Waters across for Healy. Into the middle. What a stop! Tucker Forrest, are you kidding me?
That is absolute larceny on Daniel Tomaszewski. Tucker Healy with the best pass of the day going to the slot. The Hokies lost track of Maryland's captain, but Tucker Forrest saves their bacon big time right there, throwing out the blocker with a desperation save.
Terps still have the pressure on. Now it comes out to center. Final 3 minutes of regulation. Terps need 3 to tie this thing up. Stretch pass looking for Healy. It's intercepted, and they score in the empty net.
Bullseye for J.H. Legis.
It's Legis continuing his strong weekend, and it's 8-4.
Yeah, not much to say on that one. Terps with a really good opportunity right there. Daniel Tomaszewski nearly bringing him within 2. Great save by Tucker Forrest, and then on their next zone entry, a little mishandle in neutral ice. J.H. Legis steals it, rips it, has no mistakes hitting the empty net, and the Hokies have a 4-goal lead. Patty Adams is back in goal, and this is going to be a tough one for the Terps as they played so well and just had 0 bounces go their way
They
tonight.
really, honestly, they played so well, looked so good throughout, honestly, 60 minutes of this game. You can say they played their hearts out, but the bounces didn't go their way. A couple missed calls, and the Terps find themselves down 4 here late in this one.
And this game has really gotten out of hand in terms of the physicality. That blocker punch from Tucker Forrest is something that you never want to see. And like we said earlier, it's an easily preventable thing if you make some of those calls and don't let the emotions boil over like that.
Absolutely, I agree completely. This is Dean Hearn now for Virginia Tech. Stolen away by Amon. Sean Amon moving in. Amon has it stripped away by Veneri.
That's got to be a penalty.
They will call that one. So with Matt Veneri, who's takes that penalty, Warner shoots. That was stopped. And we still need Virginia Tech to touch up, as now pushing and shoving in that far corner. Look out here.
Blake Warner delivering some hits right there, and he's going to take punches to the head from Veneri. Warner standing up for himself, and we've got a scrap here.
Look at this.
It's Warner, Hudrin, Veneri, and Zach Stewart all going at it with each other. Andrew McMenamin coming in for his teammate.
Punches
Blake Warner rips a right into Zach Stewart, and I think all 4 of those guys are definitely going to be done for the night here.
I think that's a safe bet. Blake Warner pulling the jersey of Matt Veneri over his head. That's old school.
It's warranted tonight, though, Andrew.
Absolutely.
This has been a very physical game. You knew it was going to be coming, especially with it out of reach for the Terps at this point, down by 4 with 2:13 to play. Good to see Blake Warner standing up for his teammates like that.
And I'm willing to bet that will not be the end of it here tonight.
No, and the very interesting thing is, because of the initial call where Sean Amon took a hit from behind in the corner, the Terps will probably still end up with a power play out of this.
It looks like they will.
Yeah, because everything else just cancels out.
I believe that is how that's going to go. So it looks like Veneri is gone for Virginia Tech. Blake Warner is gone for Maryland. And no Virginia Tech player in the box at the moment.
They've got to have somebody else, because Veneri delivered that hit from behind on Sean Amon and the official's arm went up. So there's got to be at least one more penalty right here.
The Virginia Tech penalty box door is open.
Yep, Chevy asking for an explanation, and the official's telling him to calm down because they're going to pull somebody off from the Hokies right here.
And they're putting number 28 on the board. That is Veneri. He is off the ice and done for the night. So we'll see who they put in the box. It looked like Matthew Tulo was skating over there, but now it's Chris Kuby. And that's his job.
Yep, second time he's serving a penalty in this third period. First one was for his goaltender. This one for a forward.
Been in there a lot tonight. He took 2 penalties of his own.
And him and James Body got into it a
goodness.
lot in that first period. So I think this is the 5th time he sat in the box for the Hokies tonight.
I think you're right. It's a lot of time in the penalty box for Chris Kuby.
Hey, sometimes you've got a job. If it's to sit in the penalty box, it's to sit in the penalty box.
Yeah, if that gets you playing time, it gets you playing time.
Coach Leskovich using this confusion among the officials as a time for a little free timeout. I think he just more wants to know what's going on because he's still not 100% sure if he has the power play.
Does anyone know what's going on, Andy? No one does. Not a single person in this building knows what's going on.
Both coaches talking to each other now. I think both of them recognize that this game got a little bit too far out of hand, and Ilham Abdullayev's going to the locker room as well right now.
Yeah, and I wonder if they'll take another. There are 2 Virginia Tech players.
Yep, it was Zach Stewart who had his jersey ripped off in the fight. He just went to the locker room as well.
So Stewart and Veneri for Virginia Tech, Warner and Abdullayev for Maryland. Those 4 guys are done for the night. 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in regulation. Terps on the power play. Trevor Drake at the point. Now it's Teskey and Healy. Across Harnan. Teskey. Healy. He'll wind and fire one. It was a shot pass.
He was looking for Tomaszewski in the slot right there. That chance where Tucker Forrest robbed him earlier. They were going for the same play.
Healy. He'll put it down low for Tomaszewski behind the net. He'll wrap it, and a good defensive play there. That was Brian Rice, I believe, and he clears. Good play there from the Virginia Tech defenseman.
Yeah, really good shift there from Brian Rice. First stopping that wraparound opportunity for Daniel Tomaszewski. Tucker Forrest had no idea where that puck was. He would have had an easy goal on the wraparound without that recovery from the defenseman.
Final minute and a half of this one. And Tucker Healy will move into the zone. He'll drop it for Patrick Harnan. And Healy in this near corner. He's going to walk towards the net. Down low for Tomaszewski. Trying to bank it off of Forrest. Now Healy shoots one. It got tipped over the net. Tomaszewski behind Forrest on his backhand. He'll give it to Harnan on the half wall. He'll walk towards the point and give it to Teskey. Teskey back down low. Terps moving it around the outside. Into the middle. Trevor Drake, and they score. It's Trevor Drake in the middle. A power play goal. So it's 8-5.
Well, if you want to take any solace out of this loss here tonight, Andrew, the Terps have found the recipe to beating this Hokies penalty kill. Virginia Tech came into tonight without allowing more than 1 power play goal in a game. The Terps have tagged him for 3. Trevor Drake with that one right there. Getting the puck in the slot. Forrest came up with the first save, didn't slow up the rebound, jammed it over the pad. Terps get a 5th on Tucker Forrest, who came into tonight with a .978 save percentage, tagging him for 5 goals. Really good. And coming into tonight, the Hokies were only allowing 1.9 goals against per game. Tonight, the Maryland has hung 5 on them.
So a silver lining for sure to take out of this one, as the Terps will fall to Virginia Tech, but possibly their best effort in a couple weeks we've seen here tonight.
I know that the scoreboard won't show it, but tonight really feels like a win. This Terps team needed to show a lot of signs of life. Their offense had been scuffling the last few games. Certainly wasn't the case tonight, and they get a few more bounces that go their way and a few more penalties that get called. This is going to be a very different result. The Hokies played a very sloppy game tonight.
They really did. And looking ahead for Maryland, the next weekend is the ACC Showcase in Springfield, Virginia. That schedule has been released, and we are hoping we're going to be able to call some games, not only Maryland games, but maybe a few more. We will see. That is still pending. But that is going to do it for Terps and Hokies here in Roanoke, Virginia. A fun weekend with all the guys. So glad Anna and Bailey were able to join us on this trip, and we will hit the road and head back to College Park.
Yeah, a bit of a sour ending, but this was a great way to spend my birthday, hanging out with all of you guys, getting to hang out with all the players, that party in the hotel room last night, getting to call a pair of games. Obviously, they didn't go the way we wanted, but this has been a great time. Wouldn't have had any other way, except for the results on the ice.
Absolutely. It was a fun weekend for sure. And again, a happy birthday to you, my friend. And we will say goodbye from Roanoke, Virginia. Hokies take both games. First game 6-1. Tonight, 8-5 is the final. And the Terps will move on to the ACC Showcase. So as we shake hands, that is going to do it for us here on the Maryland Hockey Network. From Anna Dalbora, Bailey Unchester, Andy Parr, the birthday man, I'm Andrew Rich. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Good night, everyone.